857-1779. California license number 1047063. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
And we're here at Amador High School. Welcome to Friday Night Football here on KVGC. And as you guys have heard by now, we do not have a varsity game here tonight because Amador was set to play Esparto, but due to COVID, Esparto could not field a team for the game tonight, so they canceled during the week here, and Amador was able to schedule Winters for the JV game here today, or play Winters is scheduled here in this JV game today. So just JV action here, Argonauts on the road. So, hey, we're going to get to hear from, or hear about, I guess, the JV Amador Buffaloes here tonight. So go Buffs. Yeah, I know it's small town. We're on the air. We're doing the game. We're not supposed to be rooting, but come on, you know how it is. Go Amador, that's what we'll say. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you haven't seen this field here at Amador, I love this field. The blue field kind of got that Boise State feel to it. Some people have said, oh, I don't like the blue field. People are used to seeing green and real grass, right? But I love it. It's absolutely amazing. The facilities here are great. They're so good to us when we come here. So very happy to be here at Amador High School tonight. Amador taking on Winters. Now, Amador comes into this game at 1-1. Amador beat Forest Hill and then lost 42-30 last week against Union Mine. Now, Winters comes into this game at 2-0. So this will be kind of a measuring stick for Amador going up against a 2-0 team here. And Jake will be with me tonight. Jake is actually singing the national anthem at this time. So we are going to just take a very quick break, but we're going to bring it back here to Amador High School. More of the Camps Propane pregame show in just a moment.
A longtime supporter of youth activities in Amador County, the folks at Camps Propane hope you enjoy tonight's high school football action on Hometown Radio. Visit Camp's showroom on Highway 88 in Pioneer. Ask about the Easy Saver program and senior discounts available. And you'll never run out of gas again with Camp's Smart System Tank Monitoring program. They also carry a complete line of RV supplies, gas refrigerators, and barbecues. For more information, visit Camps Propane in Pioneer or their website at campspropane.com. Remember when going for a walk around the block was easy and pain-free? Future you is ready to feel like that again. Mark Twain Medical Center's orthopedic experts are with you throughout the process, from first consultation to your last physical therapy session, so you can get back to living without joint pain. And future you can wander far and wide. Visit marktwainmedicalcenter.org/orthopedics. Mark Twain Medical Center. Hello, human kindness. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
And we just wrapped up the national anthem here at Amador High School. And the guy that was doing it did a pretty decent job. I'll give him about a 6 out of 10 on that one. Some guy named Jake Geedy on the national anthem.
6 out of 10. That's all you give me. All right.
6 out of 10. No, I'll give you a 8.9 out of 10 on that one, Jake.
Fair play.
But I've heard 10.1.
Oh, okay.
From you before. No, in all seriousness, a great job. And that was actually not just Jake Geedy of KVGC Friday Night Football tonight. That is actually Jake Geedy of the Amador County Unified School District.
Yes, indeed.
The new official drama teacher here, and will go on to be the teacher at the Consolidated High School, which is really exciting. So you know how proud I am of you, Jake. And you're not going to do it, but I'll brag about you every time I get a chance. So now I get to do it on the radio in front of so many people. So that is my younger brother, Jake, the official teacher here at Amador High School. So Jake's going to be doing the game tonight with me, or I'm doing it with Jake, however you want to say it. But we're going to have a great time here at Amador High with the JV game, and they're actually getting ready to kick off here, Jake. So what do you want to do here, buddy? You want play-by-play? You want color?
I'll
you
do
take what you want.
I'll do color. I think that'll be a little bit easier for me there.
Okay, so here we go. We got kick about to be underway from the 40, of course. And there it goes. Pretty good kick here. JV action down to about the 15, rolls down. Looks like he wants to let it roll in the end zone. It might not make it there, guys. That's a live ball. He picks it up at the 2-yard line, takes it up just shy of the 10, Jake. Looks like he's out of bounds at the 9. So Winters will start with the ball deep in their own territory. And I'll tell you what, he's treating that. I think he thought it was going to bounce and roll into the end zone.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like he was treating it like a punt, but he thought it was going to go in there and get the touchback. But I don't know if you could tell. I could tell that wasn't going to make it to the end zone.
And definitely not. And it's kind of the thing when you get on these turf fields, it's kind of feeling out how the bounce is going to be because it is different than a natural surface field.
Have you walked on this one?
Yeah, and it is a nice field, but it does have some slow and some fast spots, but we'll see that as the game progresses.
So we've got, Jake, looks like pretty much a wing tee here. Oh, no, sorry,
Spread.
full spread. We got a split and a slot to each side. And that snap comes to the quarterback. He fumbles it, Jake. That was not a bad snap, but he kind of fumbles it there and is taken down.
And it looks like he's going to be knocked back to about the 1-inch line.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was trying to find out if that was going to be a safety or not.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell in the backfield there if they had a wing or if that guy was up on the line. But basically the formation they came out there is they were spread, a receiver and a slot to each side, one man in the backfield next to the quarterback in the shotgun, maybe more of a pistol depth on that one. But he looks a little deeper here, Jake.
Yeah, so it looks like they are running some sort of a variation on that right now.
So in the backfield now we've got the quarterback for Winters, number 8. We're still trying to get an updated schedule for Winters. The one we received was not accurate. And so he hands the ball off to the back in the backfield, tries to run it up the middle, and it looks like Amador may have stopped him, Jake, in the end zone.
Yeah.
It is. It's a safety, the second offensive play of the game. Amador picks up a safety right there. So that's going to be, of course, 2 points for the Buffaloes. And Winters is going to have to punt the ball now to Amador. So what a way to start the game.
Yeah, not how you want to kick a game off, really. But, Amador's defense flew in rather well. And, honestly, there were so many in there at the beginning, I really couldn't see who was all in there making the tackles. But we'll get good. We'll get better at that as we go.
You know what, Jake? I'll tell you, you hear 2-0. Amador came off a tough loss, 42-30 against Union Mine. But Union Mine, we don't know much, folks, about these JV programs like we do about the varsity. A little easier to research on the varsity and get information. But Union Mine's got a strong program. Amador came up just short last week there again by 12 points. But so, you just look at the record and you think, hey, they're going against a 2-0 team. Maybe this is going to be a tough game. But the way that offense started off, that didn't look to me like a 2-0 team. It looked sloppy. Union Mine, Amador definitely looked like a better prepared team. I know we've only had 2 plays, so it's not like we've got a lot to go off here. But you got a bad snap and then a 2 or 3 yard loss on a dive play to start the game. Not the way Winters wanted to get going. So that's going to be a punt from the 15-yard line. It only goes a few yards, Jake, to just shy of the 50, the 45.
Oh, my gosh.
It hits the ground, touched an Amador player. That's a live ball at the 40, and Winters is acting as if they've got it.
I think they did get it. Let's see if we can get a replay on that one. Let's see. Let me see if we can look at that and see what we got. So here is.
And they're going to say it's Winters' ball.
Yeah, so you see there, number 4 came up and couldn't field it on the bounce. And then looks like the kicker actually slid in there and recovered his own punt there. Not what I would describe as a booming kick, but a punt nonetheless.
Maybe about a 30-yard in the air on the punt total, and then bounce back. So same formation here, man from the right going in motion across the formation. Quarterback takes it, keeps the ball, takes it up past the right guard there, and comes up maybe a yard loss there on that play.
Yeah, it looks like it was. Looks like they were setting up some sort of look like a speed option sort of thing off of this side of the tackle there. You saw the pitch man there, the wingback. About 3 or 4 yards in depth there, but he was swallowed up before he could make anything happen out there.
So still spread. We've got one man to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun. In motion from the left to the right of the formation. Hands off to that motion man. He takes it on a jet sweep across the formation there and maybe picks up 2-3 yards up to about the 45-yard line where it's going to bring up 3rd down.
It looks like that was number 11, Sam Baker, on the tackle there, or the push out of bounds there for the Buffaloes.
So it looks like about 3rd down and 6 here.
A little bit of
I'm going
life.
to call that a long 6 right there, 6.5.
I think it's 6 7/8.
Okay, I'll take that, 6 7/8. I'm this many old.
Yeah, this many.
Okay, so we've got same formation here. Back to the right of the quarterback. Motion from left across the he's going to throw it across the middle on a slant pattern to number 15, who takes it up to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's into the end zone. That was way too easy for Winters, folks. Basically, the quarterback faked that handoff to the motion man and just steps back. We got a nice little about a 5 to 10 yard slant pattern across in that secondary, and just easy touchdown there for Winters. So this drive looking a little bit better, but it doesn't look like they were doing much on the ground. But there in the passing game, Winters definitely showed what they can do, and Amador's going to have to clean that one up there.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of a breakdown in the secondary there. And looks like I think must have been a missed assignment between the exchange between the cornerback and the strong safety there, it looked like. And that just left that wide open gap.
And
there.
Jake, it was a well-thrown ball, but for a quarterback, that's one of the easiest plays you can make when you can look across there. There's no safety, nobody behind it, nobody even in front of him, just a wide open throw right across the middle.
Yeah, you're like, give it to me.
Yeah. And the snap is good. The kick is up, and it's through. So that's going to bring this score to 7-2. Winters ahead of Amador. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here at Amador High School.
The family of Armstrong & Son Construction and Armstrong Self-Storage are proud to sponsor Motherlode League football. Remember, when you need excavating, grading, septic system repairs, and other site work, call Armstrong & Son Construction. Or if you need a storage unit, stop by Armstrong Self-Storage for safe and secure storage, conveniently located near the intersection of Highway 49 and Ridge Road. Armstrong & Son Construction, state license number 828209. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here at Amador High School. Scoreboard shows Winters 7, Buffaloes 2, 7:25 here left in the first quarter. Jake Geedy, JD Geedy.
And that was a nice scoring drive for Winters. This game, if you're just tuning in, Winters got the ball to start the game. Amador stopped him, a safety on the first drive, but then punted. Amador fumbled that punt. Winters got the ball after the safety, and then they marched down the field, and a nice scoring touchdown there. So the kick's underway. It's a nice squib kick down to about the 35-yard line. Amador will take that. He picks it up, takes it past the 40, up just shy of the 45-yard line. Amador will get underway at about the 43 here to start
It looks like
this first drive for the Buffaloes.
Looks like that was number, I think, 2 on the return there. Tommy Gunn for the Buffaloes.
Now, we have Tommy Gunn listed as quarterback here. Unfortunately, for Amador, we don't get all the positions. We get the numbers, but so that's fine. And we have Winters varsity. They gave us varsity, so we're trying to get that straightened out with Winters. So once we get that worked out, we'll let you know. All right. The snap to the quarterback in the backfield. He hands it off straight up the middle, and he takes that ball for about 3 to 5 yards there, Jake. Looks like about a 5-yard gain for the Buffaloes.
That's Riley Sanders coming in from his tailback position there. Good little carry. And, you know, one thing I've noticed about Amador's line is they've worked more of a zone scheme, and they've gotten a lot better as the years have gone on. And I think it's just a ability to coach it better.
Similar formation spread. Amador's back's just behind the quarterback. Fakes it to that man, takes it off to the left. A little stutter step there, go up to about the 52-yard line. It's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. So again, fake handoff to the back directly behind the quarterback. Quarterback keeps it off to the left of the formation there and picks up a couple good yards. Yeah, and trying to get numbers here, folks. Please be patient with us. Amador, this is kind of like Argonaut a few years ago when they had those camo letters. So hard to pick up. The Amador's unis always look so cool.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
But it's a navy blue on a navy blue with a white outline, and it is a little difficult.
On a navy blue field.
So the quarterback takes the snap, hands it to the man directly behind him. He takes it straight up the middle, positive yards, and he gets up past the 45-yard line to about the 44, where it's going to be a first down. Jake, I don't know what the replay shows when you get a little bit of a closer look here, but it looks like as far as the battle at the line of scrimmage, Amador looks to be winning that. That looked like a huge hole right there.
Yeah, Amador is definitely getting that good initial push up front. And like I said, they're working a zone blocking scheme. And what's great about this, too, is you can see that the guys are picking up their assignments. You have to be really technical when you do this sort of blocking scheme.
So same formation, quick little wide receiver screen over to the right. He gets that, makes a nice move on the corner, gets loose, takes it up to about the 40, looks like the 38-yard line. So a nice about 8-yard gain right there for the Buffaloes. And all it was, guys, just a quick wide receiver screen, similar to what the varsity did. You heard Jim and Frank talking about this last week. Quarterback in that shotgun, takes it, turns directly over. The wide receiver just sets, catches it on the line, and then goes upfield for positive yards. And that was a nice move getting past that first tackle there by the receiver. And again, folks, I'm very sorry to these young Buffaloes out here. Really like to give them credit, get their name on the radio.
I believe that was
we're having a hard time with
I
those
believe that
numbers.
was Sam Baker.
Sam Baker, you're on the radio. Nice play, buddy.
And 5 minutes, 17 seconds here left in the first quarter of play. Looks like the officials are conferring with something about midfield.
Yeah, something's going on here, Jake. I didn't see a flag on the field.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there, right on the 40.
Where at, Jake?
Yeah, it's right at the hash line right there, right where the end of the circle meets.
Oh, I can totally see it. There it is. Uh-oh, getting old. I need Frank's binoculars, Jake.
Let's see, white hat coming out.
Dude, really? Where the hell is it? Oh, on that side of the.
Yeah, it's right on that side. You look at that side.
I was looking at the other 40.
All right, so it looks like we have a holding penalty. It looks like against the Buffaloes.
That's a bummer because that was a well-executed play, but when there's a hold, it's easy to execute, I guess. But this Amador team, Jake, I know they're going to be disappointed on that touchdown that they gave up on the pass, but this offense looks like it's coming out pretty strong. That defense, as far as outside of that miscue, they look pretty strong. And I know, guys, we still have 5 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter. If I was here with Hall of Famer Frank Halverson, he would say, come on, man, we don't have enough to look at to be starting to judge this. But just saying, early on with what I'm seeing, I think this Amador team looks like they came in here very well prepared today.
Yeah.
So here they are split out, Jake. We've got back to the right of the quarterback at this time. Quarterback takes in the shotgun. He's looking left. He's got a slant across the middle to number 7. He picks that up at about the 45-yard line up to the 44. And, Jake, that was number 7 for the Buffaloes.
Arthur and Dranya.
Dranya?
And that was a really well executed slant too. A little bit better on the coverage there than Amador was against Winters in their last drive there. But again, really nice, easy pitch and catch there. That he slotted it right in between the crashing safety and the linebacker, and that was perfect. That's right where you want to put it.
And Jake, give me a number on the quarterback. I don't know if it's Tommy Gunn or is that number 8? Behind the quarterback, because we have a number 8 is John McPartland, number 2 is Tommy Gunn.
Let's see if we can get that. Looks like the white hat is talking again. Looks like there's an official timeout here, real quick. Okay, I see. There seems to have been a clock error,
Jake,
and they're repairing that right now.
I believe I just asked at the scores table. They said they believe it's McPartland is the quarterback, which would be number 8.
Okay, so Partland is. Okay, there you go.
So McPartland. I tell you what, and what I wanted to get at there is we know what we have up at the varsity level here at Amador. I'm a huge fan of Blankenheim. Hey, there was a tough game last week, but the entire team, it was a tough game. And Union Mine came in very well prepared for that game. But Amador put up 96 points, did the varsity in their first 2 games. Blankenheim, Frank said this, and I thought the same thing last year. One of the best arm talents we've seen in the Motherlode League in a while. But they got a nice youngster right here. Looks very composed. On that play we talked about, that last one, just that pitch and catch.
Yeah.
Look how calm he is in the pocket, Jake.
Well, I mean, it is really easy to, be composed when you've got enough time to get, a master's degree in, physics.
You know what, though? I'll tell you, guys, it was a long time ago, and I didn't do it on the level that these kids are doing it now. But I played quarterback at Argonaut High School many, many years ago, and I'll tell you what, that freshman and sophomore year, everything seems to be moving so fast. These kids have maybe been doing it for a little bit longer, and the game always slows down to you as you go on. Mm-hmm. But when I see a kid at that level being composed, he's got the head for it.
Oh, yeah.
You know the foundation's there. And just that composure and not – even when you have that much time, it's easy to freak out, and rush something or think the world's falling apart on you in the pocket there. So just did a great job, and I've been impressed so far. Again, we're in the first quarter. I'm excited. Haven't done a game in 2 or 3 years on this side of the mic, so maybe I'm just getting a little bit worked up here. But
and looks like with that penalty, that's going to bring them back. And looks like they were going to go for it on 4th down, but now it looks like they're going to send out the punt team here. So Amador is set to punt here from the 44-yard line.
And, Jake, I think without that penalty, this drive would definitely still be going.
Absolutely.
Unfortunate hold on that wide receiver screen there. So it's a little bit of a low kick. It hits the ground. Punter picks it up. He's running with it. He's off over to about the 42-yard line. He's hit just short. Had to get up to about the 36 for a first down on that one. So comes up short. Jake, you saw that play. Did that look like it was a designed run?
Yeah, that did look like it was designed. I mean, it was a bit of a slow snap. So honestly, if they were going to punt it, I'm not sure he would have had a rusher right in his face.
So you see on the replay there, looked like something was going. Takes it off to the left, but he's hit shy of the 40-yard line there, and just not enough. Had to get up well past the 40. So even with the clean snap there, that would not have been converted.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back out here. We got 2 men in the backfield now, one to the right, one behind the quarterback, only one split out to the left. The quarterback keeps his little option play to the back man there, number 13. He takes it up to about the 44-yard line where he's hit by a host of Buffaloes, taken out of bounds for a gain of about 1 or 2 yards.
All right, let's see that there again on that replay if we can. So here's the snap, and again, like we said, a little bit of a speed option. He makes a good read. There's a nice pitch out. Looks like the defensive end took a bit of a shallower angle than he should have, but luckily the film man was up there to make sure it wasn't anything crazy coming off of that.
And we don't know if he was just spying the quarterback the whole time there, and he at that end position, seeing with it being an option, maybe his man was the quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about the outside linebacker, I should say.
Gotcha. So we have an inside handoff here to number 15. He takes it up to about the 45, the 50, to about the 54, 53 or 54-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down, but it looks like Winters did get enough on that play there. So, Jake, basically it looks like they run a spread offense, usually a split and a slot to each side, one man in the backfield, and sometimes they'll take one of those slots and throw them in the backfield with the quarterback, and then you'll have 2 backs in the backfield. But pretty consistent with what they're running here. Right there was almost just kind of a counter play between the 2 men in the backfield.
And looks like, when Winters can get outside, they can clear the space pretty easily, or pretty well. They can command that if they get out there on time.
Same formation. Quarterback hands it to the back man there. Takes it up the middle for about 4 or 5 yards. Easy first down for Winters there. So just a direct dive up the middle. Hey, folks, I appreciate your patience here. This is my first game here on the air in a few years. Usually we do color when we're here with, again, Hall of Famer Frank Halverson, but just a lot of respect for Frank and Tony Boitano before that.
Yeah.
Tony did such an amazing job of calling out the formation and then getting all the information in there timely. I get a little behind for the first quarter, so I'm catching up. So thanks for your patience. All right, just one slot and split to each side here. We got a handoff across the quarterback's face to number 8, who takes it to the right, outside the tackle, past the 40, 45, and up just shy of the 30, where it's going to be another first down here for Winters. So Winters looks like, Jake, they found something in the running game as well. Because that first drive or two, they weren't really moving the ball on the ground like this, but they're having a much easier go of it right here. And what a great block right there, Jake, by number 15, I think it was.
Yeah, and then number 11, that is Sam Baker, made the tackle there. But looks like there was a penalty on this play. I didn't see what the thing. Hopefully the white hat gives us another indication. But it looks like it is against Winters.
Yep. They're marching back.
They're marching them back. Let's see. Come on, show me the signal.
Somebody said to me the other day, wouldn't you like to see a football game where there's no penalties and we can just see who the best team is? And I said, that's part of it, the preparation, everything that goes into it, good coaching staff and everything. So penalties are part of the game, and that does show who the best team is. So got to keep it together here, guys. Only a couple penalties, though, in the first quarter. So we got motion from the left of the formation across the front of the quarterback here. Quarterback takes it rolling to the right. He's going to throw. He was throwing, just trying to get it over to number 4. I didn't see the pattern he ran, Jake, but he was just set up there like he had just kind of laid back in the secondary. So we're going to watch it on the replay. You call it off the replay here, Jake.
All right, so here we go. So we have the motion coming from the left to the right here. Then looks like it was just a delay, and it looks like they're just running some hooks right there. So the quarterback's coming across, And, yeah, he's just sitting there in a hook zone there. Honestly, that was, I think, a pretty ill-advised pass there. There were 4 men in the area, and somebody did get their hand on it. Real quick, 1 minute, 12 seconds here left in the first quarter.
So we got an option off to the left. He pitches it to number 2. Number 2 takes it up to the 50 and up to about the 46-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage there.
And so that is going to bring back to the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, they're definitely.
But I believe it is 4th down now.
Yeah, that will bring up 4th down, it looks like.
Jake, you know what? I don't know on the JV level.
Mm-hmm.
And when you played, I think this was going on. But not quite back in the day with those old guys. The amount of field goals you see kicked in high school football now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they changed soccer season, so you can have an ace kicker.
So we've got slot and a split to each side. There's going to be 1 man in the backfield with the quarterback now.
They need to hurry up, and they're not going to get this playoff in time.
And we got motion from left to the right. The quarterback throws to it was a drag pattern straight up the middle, and that's an interception by the Buffaloes. Looks like number 4. He's up to the 40, the 35, the 30. Takes it out at about the 25-yard line. And excuse me, that was like a pop pass, basically. Looks like the guy just released, tried to throw it to him, and couldn't get it over the linebackers there. Very easy play for the Buffaloes on the interception there. Oh, excuse me, that was back in the secondary, and that was number 4, Dominic Fillmore. With a nice red play, easy pick, and takes it deep into Winters territory. So Amador is going to be set up nice right here on this drive here, folks. They're sitting here at about the 27-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10, 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. So it looks like we'll get 1 play off most likely, and then we'll take a break here.
You know, about the interception, it's not very often you get, ones laid up like that, and I could see his eyes bug out from up here when he was looking for that one.
I believe he was coming up from the safety position.
Yeah.
So we've got motion for Amador, number 4, from the receiver position across the front of the quarterback where he hands it to him. He's sweeping around the edge up to about the 25-yard line. Kind of danced around a little bit, but there was plenty of Winters players there, not much to work with at that point. So it looks like we're going to get a gain of about 1 yard there for the Buffaloes. Going to bring up 2nd down and a long 8 to 9 yards. And that was
Fillmore on the carry, and that, it looks like that's going to end the first quarter. So at the end of 1, we've got a scoreboard showing Amador 2, Winters 7. We'll be back. We'll look at more high school football action from Amador High School in just a moment.
Hey, let's play some football. Mark Borchin here with Glass Doctor. We are so excited that you're doing what you love. When you need auto glass, windshields, and calibration, call Glass Doctor. Ask about our windshield protection plan. And for shower enclosures, foggy, broken windows in your home or business, please remember Glass Doctor, your neighborly company. Visit our showroom at Highway 49 and Jackson Gate Road.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, and we're back here at Amador High School. Scoreboard shows 7-2 in favor of Winters. About to kick off the second quarter action. JD Geedy here in the studios. Or, no, I guess not the studio. I guess in the broadcast booth here with Carter Brashear running the wonderful tech that's going on. So thank you, Carter, again for being here and being such a good production guy. What was that? Sorry? Yeah, about 10 minutes. We've got 10-minute quarters here. Amador is set to kick off or start off from their 25-yard line.
So we've got 1 back to the right of the quarterback. Spread formation here. Quarterback takes. He's looking over to the left where he's got a guy out on an out pattern, and he throws it short of it, and it's intercepted up to the 40, the 50, the 45, 40 to about the 33-yard line, I'm going to say. So basically just switched fields. Amador throws the interception there inside the 30, and Winters returns it all the way up just shy of Amador's 30. So Amador knocking on the door right there, 7-2 trailing. That if that would have been a touchdown drive, that would have put Amador ahead. But now Amador's definitely got their back up against the wall here with just 9:49 left in the half.
And that's a difficult throw to make as a quarterback because you have to throw long across the field. and you have to touch it over the defender, and he just was not able to do an underthrown right to him.
And it was kind of a deep out pattern for those not watching it, and the guy just undercut it. And it was an easy play for the defense.
It's a difficult play to make as a quarterback.
So we have motion coming from the right, hands off to that motion man. He's sweeping around the edge to the 30, the 25, and up to about the 22-yard line for Winters. Winters likes to do a lot of motion with that slot man, and they do a lot of handoff to that man, and that's basically what you saw there. Motioned across the formation there, took the handoff on a sweep off to the left side here. As Jake did say earlier, looks like Winters is having a lot of success on the outside of the tackles here in the first half.
Yeah, it looks like, and this might be something that Amador wants to take a look at. I don't know what their edge pursuit is like, but I'm looking at it, and it looks like their end caps are getting turned in really easily.
So the edge is set.
Yeah.
So we've got, looks like 2 split to the right, 1 to the left. It's a handoff directly up the middle and loses his footing. It looks like that's going to be a loss. Nice penetration there, number 44 for the Amador Buffaloes in on that tackle.
Evan Santos.
Evan Santos, the freshman. Jake, what do you think there? 2 or 3 yard loss.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, there was a bit of a loss of footing there, but he looked like he was going to recover, and Santos, of course, was there to kind of wrap him up and throw him down, which is good.
Hey, the only time, and some people might not even like this, only time I would ever call a student athlete out is if there was a sportsmanship issue on this field, right?
Yeah.
That's the only time I'd say something. So I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to call out the center. But the snap has been a little bit of an issue on some of these deeper snaps here so far. All right, so we've got 3. We've got trips to the right, 1 split to the left, no one in the backfield. Quarterback's looking right, and looks like nobody's there. He's going to try to run it. Oh, and then he throws off to a man over in the flat, number 15. And he's got positive yards, about maybe 5-6 yard gain. Didn't look like it on the same level, folks, but kind of a Patrick Mahomes type play. He goes over to the right. He's looking, doesn't look like anything's there. Starts to run towards the line like he's going to run the ball, waits for those guys to come in close to him, and just kind of dumps it off over the top to a man sitting out in the flat. A really nice play, a real nice play by the quarterback there.
If you look at that, that's what we call a levels concept. So if you looked, there was another out that was about 3 or 4 yards above him, 5 yards above him, and then so basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to isolate that flowing either backer or corner to make him flow up to the quarterback so you can dump it over the top of him.
So we've got a handoff to the man behind the quarterback there. Direct up back, takes it up about, 2 yard gain there, Jake?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Up to about the 15-yard line. So it's still going to be fourth and about 3 yards here for Winters at about the 15. I'm assuming they'll go for it here, up 7-2. 7:45, guys, and those who know me when it comes to high school football action, Friday night, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I put my night aside. I would like to be here all night long. If I had it up to myself, that's what I would be doing. But, hey, these quarters are a little bit shorter, so we're going to get out of here a little earlier than we usually do time-wise. All right, let's see. We got trips to the right, 1 to the left. We've got a pitch, almost like an option to the left to number 2. He cuts it back inside, and he gets up to just about the 10-yard line. So that looks like it's going to be a first down for Winters. So that'll bring up first down for Winters. Now they're still outside the 10. They're here at about the 11-yard line, so they can still pick up a first down. So it's not first and goal. We're looking at first and 10 here from about the 11 for Winters. But that clock is still ticking. We're down to about 7 minutes left here in the first half. Winters 7, Amador 2. If you're just tuning in, a safety on the first drive. Amador's defense looked good. Winters got a nice touchdown, a long pass there, and then they've been kind of throwing interceptions, picking up penalties, and trading off from there. All right, we got an option pitch off to the left. It's a very quick pitch, and multiple Buffaloes there on the tackle. That's going to be a loss of about 2 yards. And I'll tell you what, Jake, that initial penetration in on the quarterback really blew that play up.
Yeah.
We call it an option, but he did not have an option. He had to pitch that basically immediately, and that was due to number 44 again. That penetration, Evan Santos. We've seen Evan Santos in that backfield a few times here today,
and that's one good one good thing that you can see about that is that's playing really good assignment ball. He obviously knew his guy was the quarterback, and then of course number 22, that's Cyrus Olsen, was back to pick up the pitch man, which was solid assignment football right there, what you want.
All right, Jake, so we've got a split and a slot to each side. We've got motion from the left to the right. The quarterback takes it. He's looking over at that motion man, wanted to throw it off into the flat. He's not open. Quarterback keeps it inside to about the 5-yard line, or just short of the 5-yard line. So a nice run by the quarterback on that play there. I don't know if he's listening tonight. Frank Halverson, though, a huge shout-out to Hall of Famer Frank Halverson. He's actually doing the art auction tonight for hospice, so couldn't be here with us today. But like I said, man, you guys, anybody ever listens to these games and you want to say, oh, I would have done this. I would have, if I was calling the game. Try it sometime. I'll tell you what Frank does, and as I said, Tony Boitano before that, just to be able to call out the formation, to keep up with the action as it's happening, to tell you, it always takes me almost a full half to do so. So just a huge shout-out to what our guys do here every week.
For sure.
All right, so we've got motion from the right across the quarterback. He hands it off directly in front of him, and that's going to be an easy touchdown there for Winters as he just takes it inside there off about the looks like Jake, was he off the guard there?
Yeah,
on the run.
So let's watch this formation here, okay? And this is kind of what you get textbook when you have this is sort of like a buck sweep sort of thing what we have here, right? So you see where it opens up here, you have that fill kick out, and then look, I mean that giant hole right there between basically where the guard and the tackle was is just a you could drive a semi-truck through that.
That was easy pickings right there.
Yeah.
So on the PAT, looks like it's down. It's a low kick and basically kicked into the line there. So that's going to be a failed attempt there. So it's going to bring the score to 13-2. Amador Buffaloes trailing here early in the first half. It's 4:54 left. We'll take a break. We'll bring it back here to Amador High School.
For all your land surveying and civil engineering services, call Toma & Associates at 223-0156. Whether you're building a fence and need to know where the property line is to complete boundary surveys, Toma & Associates can help. Lot surveys, boundary line adjustments, parcel and subdivision maps, FEMA certificates, septic and grading plans, among the many services Toma & Associates provides. Call 223-0156, serving the Mother Lode since 1967.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here. Scoreboard shows 4 minutes, 54 seconds here left in the half. Winters 13, Amador 2. Winters set to kick. J.D. Geedy, Jake Geedy, and Carter Bashir.
Let me tell you how observant I am. I asked Carter when they built that little shack over there. I believe where they take tickets.
Oh, yeah, the tickets? Yeah, right.
What's that been there for 20 years or something longer?
Probably something like that, yeah.
All right.
I think we might have a ghost in the channel somewhere.
So the kick is off. It's a short
Ghost
kick.
Of the ticket booth.
And he kicks it out of bounds there at about the 35-yard line.
So it looks like Winters obviously doesn't want to kick it that far back. I'm not sure if it's
I don't think he meant to kick that out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to kick it out of bounds.
Jake, that you've got a squib kick, pooch kicks, different things.
Yeah.
But that looked almost like a too deep onside kick.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's what they were going for.
No, I was like, it looked like they were trying to put it in that spot between like the 30-yard line there, but trying to, get it so their flyers get to get down there. But it just carried too much.
To me, that always just shows I don't have a lot of faith in my coverage team when you got to start doing like that. I mean, the kid showed us early he could kick it deep. Get down there and cover it. Let's go. Let's play some football. All right, we've got basically a spread formation here with one man in the backfield. Quarterback in the shotgun. We have motion across, and the quarterback fakes it to number 44 in the backfield, and there's two Winters players there. Basically hit the quarterback and the man there, I believe it was number 44, Evan Santos. He faked the handoff too, but the quarterback pulls it out and makes a nice little spin move there to get about a yard or two, but that play was broken up in the backfield.
I mean, you see two
three guys almost, huh, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, like, they must have been keying on motion there because looks like the corner came up and was like, I'm hitting the line as quickly as possible. And he did, and there were two right there, and, good on the quarterback for getting up there.
So slot and split to each side. Quarterback takes it. He's in the pocket. He's looking for a wide. He's passing deep down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Jake, that there will be our call of the game on the deep pass from quarterback John McPartland of the Amador Buffaloes down the sideline to number 4, Dominic Fillmore. And that looked easy for the Buffaloes. And he had plenty on that ball. It was just a Basically, he was streaking down the right side of the field there, and McPartland puts that ball up, and he just ran right under it. That looked like varsity action right there, folks.
I mean, that ball was beautiful. I mean, the pocket had a bit of was getting pushed out to the side. He stepped up in the pocket, showed great presence, and then just a beautifully delivered spiral right on the money. And number 4, Fillmore caught it perfectly in stride. That was a great ball, kid.
So the snap is down. The kicker slips, and a failed attempt there. So that's going to bring the score to 8 for the Buffaloes, 13 for Winters. So this is still a 2-score game. The Amador Buffaloes are trailing here. 4 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the half. We'll take a break. We'll be back here at Amador High School.
Big Valley Ford Lincoln, your regional commercial van and truck headquarters, is proud to sponsor Motherlode League High School football. The expert sales team will help you get behind the wheel of the car or truck that's right for you. And their service department will keep that vehicle running at peak performance. Visit the team at Big Valley Ford Lincoln, your full-service dealership, on the web at bigvalleyford.com and located in the Stockton Auto Mall off Hammer Lane. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here at Amador High School. Scoreboard shows 4 minutes, 4 seconds here left in the first half. Amador 8, Winters 13. Jake Geedy and J.D. Geedy, Carter Brashear.
And Jake, I didn't get the exact yardage line, but that was they were on the other side of the 50. Amador was on that play. McPartland did a great job on that deep pass, just a great play. Dominic Filmer, a nice move on the streak. Beautiful touchdown pass for the Buffaloes. So the kick is off, received down at the 20, up to the 25, the 30, and met by a few Buffaloes right there, driven out of bounds at about the 31 to 32 yard line, and that's where Winters will take over here on this drive.
All righty, we got about 3:57 here left in the first half. All righty. So let's see if Amador has made any more adjustments to try to counteract that those sweeps that Winters has been able to run. It looks like they are not necessarily spying the quarterback, but having a man on the quarterback and hitting the pitch guy keyed on motion, it looks like. But we'll see.
So we've got 2 men in a wing off to the left. Oh, no, excuse me. That's a tackle standing. So they're going to come out in this formation with 2 off to the right, 1 man split to the left, 2 in the backfield this time with the quarterback.
Looks like they had the wrong ball out there.
It was a basketball. All right, here we go. I'm funny, Jake. Oh, a bad snap. It's high. Quarterback able to get it under control and then throws a high pass out into the flat over the receiver's head. So that's going to be an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 3:17 left to go here in the first half. As I said, I'm bummed. I like when the games go a little bit longer and we get to be here hanging out doing football on a Friday night. But these JV games, guys, the quarters are shorter, right, Jake? 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10-minute quarters, yes.
And really, those first couple drives, we had a few penalties, but really I wouldn't say that this is a penalty-heavy game.
Oh, no.
A few turnovers. We've had interceptions from each team here. But for the most part, the game's moving along pretty smoothly here. All right, we've got split and slot to each side, 1 in the backfield. We got motion from the right across the formation. The quarterback looking to pass. Now he's rolling out to the left and throws it high to number 15, who just kind of releases off into the flat there. Kind of a safety valve for the quarterback as Amador, very tight in coverage. Nice pursuit, especially from the backside there on the defense.
Yeah, so they like to throw the quarterback out in a boot, it looks like. But, that one's kind of difficult because you're running opposite of the way you're going to throw it. And you got to come across your body on that one. So, a bit of a rough ball, but, still, hey, he was able to put a little bit of touch on it. Just 15 was not able to come up with it.
Do you feel without that pursuit, though, he gets a cleaner ball off?
No, definitely not.
All right, let's see here. We've got trips to the right, 1 split far to the left. Quarterback takes it directly on a quarterback keep off the right tackle, and he's up to about 2 yards short of the first down here, it looks like, the 39-yard line.
And again, this looks like a speed option that we've seen them run more and more. Again, the back just gets a bit of depth. The quarterback's reading fill man for pitch. Didn't get it, kept it himself, and is going to be just shy of the first down. So it's going to be like 4th and, 2?
Yeah, I think so, Jake. 4th and 2.
2:36 and counting left in the first half. Looks like Winters is going for it.
It's maybe 4. It's a short 2. So we've got 2 men in the backfield with the quarterback. And it's going to be a handoff to one of those backs directly behind the quarterback. He takes it up the middle easy and just runs over one of the Amador linebackers, and he's up to about the 45-yard line. So that's going to bring up first down for Winters as they're marching down the field here. 2:20 left to go in the first half.
You know, and that's a solid, give me play right there with, getting a big guy, rumbling down the field, opening him up a decent hole, but expecting him to take 2 or 3 hits at the line and then pushing forward at least 1 yard.
And when you've been having so much success on the outside, Amador has to play to that, so it's not like they can just load it and say we're going to stop him right up here in the middle and do everything on that front.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like we have a medical timeout there. It looks like a
Jake, this could be an equipment
like
issue.
Equipment one there, yeah. Looks like the chin strap on number 56 is messed up, not working right.
So at the 46-yard line, the quarterback takes a snap, hands it off to the back in the backfield with him, and it's met by many Buffaloes, maybe 2 or 3 right there in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. Nothing going for Winters on that play.
Let's see if we can get that again. Let's see here. So they are getting set.
Jake, looked like 3 Buffaloes in on the tackle in the backfield.
So he's like,
and you know what's happening here?
oh, wow, that was a great push.
And I see in the back right there. Let me get that number if I can. Number 7, I believe that is, right there with his hands on his helmet. Those of you watching it, he just blew up the tackle. I mean, just easy play for him. Amador definitely winning the battle at the line of scrimmage right there.
Yeah.
We have motion from the right across the left. Quarterback hands off to that man. He's sweeping across here to the left, all the way over to the 50, now up to the 45, and just shy of the 40. So that would be a first down, but we do see a penalty, which could be a block in the back based on where they threw that.
That was a very blatant hold. Number 8, my guy. That was a blind man could have seen that hold, my guy. I mean, look, so you can see it here. Look, yeah, like right there. Yeah, no, come on now.
So the flag ended up a little more inside the formation than where it was. There was on the outside. Look, was that a receiver?
Yeah, it was a receiver coming through there. Yeah, it's like, look, a little bit of jersey, no one's gonna give you a thing, but man, you whipped that guy around and then threw your hands up like, hey, wait, what'd I do?
One thing I look at when I see these games, who do I think is the better team, regardless of the score? You know, there's different variables going on. Mm-hmm. I'm not really looking at either one of these teams right now and saying this is the better team. I think it's whichever team cleans it up. Mm-hmm. We're starting to get some penalties coming in here. Winters has shot himself in the foot on a couple drives. Amador on one. Interceptions. Amador's had interceptions. We've had same with Winters. So whichever team doesn't turn the ball over and can kind of clean up these penalties, because I think as far as talent and skill-wise, they seem pretty equally matched. These
they do seem they do seem like they're trading blows. One thing I have noticed too is the corners are giving a lot of cushion to those receivers.
Yeah, you see almost 13 yards over here.
Yeah,
on
it was
this
like it's like 10, 13 yards easily.
Motion from the left across the formation. Quarterback rolls out to the right. He throws to that man off in the flat. He skips one Buffalo. Oh, making multiple men miss. Oh, kicks back. And he's still going, Jake, and now he's wrapped up. So basically took it off in the right flat over there and then starts running back across the formation in the middle of the field and jukes a few Buffaloes. Couldn't get him together, but it looks like he's held up forward progress just shy of the 45, but there are multiple flags down on the field in the area where he was breaking those tackles.
Yeah, so there was another hold on the opposite side that it was, again, another one that was pretty clear as day. Looks like there's an injured Buffalo down on the field right now. Looks like the trainers are out there. People are clearing the field right now. But on the replay that we saw, seeing if we can get a little bit more of that. I'm not sure if we can.
Well, Jake, while you're pulling that up, I'll just say this, folks. There's 24 seconds left here. We're under injury timeout. There is a Buffalo down close to midfield. He's laying there, hasn't moved much, but of course that's what they do. They keep him still, but they're talking to him. A couple Buffalo coaching staff out there. They've got him moving his legs. His legs are moving. That's good.
Yeah, it looked like when there was the cut back across the field, it looks like he took. I don't know if it was a purposeful crack, but it looks like he took something definitely.
Jake, sorry folks if I don't know this rule, but is there a hit on a defenseless player? Do they call that here in high school? because he's down. But unfortunately, guys, they are calling out the EMTs. The EMTs are coming out here. We've got I don't know if they're bringing the ambulance yet, what exactly is going on.
Yeah.
But the good thing here, folks, he is up. Okay, he is moving. The young student athlete down here, we don't have a number for him here at Amador. I believe it might be number 4, Dominic Fillmore, if I'm seeing that right. Dominic Fillmore took that beautiful touchdown pass earlier down the right side. We've seen him featured offense and defense, so that would be a big loss for the Buffaloes. Good news is he's on his feet.
Yeah,
they're walking him off. They are taking his pads off. Don't know, maybe this is an upper body thing. Who knows what's going on here, but hopefully the young man is okay, and hopefully he can get back on the field. Most importantly, that he's healthy, but of course the Buffaloes are going to need him. He is definitely a featured player here on this team. So an unfortunate injury there. We were going to take an injury timeout, but there's only 24 seconds left here in the half. Now, right there on the last play, Winters was hit with a penalty, and so that brings it back to about the 32-yard line with 24 seconds left. Hey, you never know what they're going to do. You never know what the coaches see. The coaches are watching different things than us. They have a little bit different insight. They know their team. Mm-hmm. They know what those players are going through. They kind of pick up a little bit about what the other team's doing, so they make educated decisions. But at this point, I would assume they're not going to really try to push too much with 24 seconds left here with about 70 yards to go. But it's all speculation on my part. So here we are. We have motion from the slot on the left going across the formation to the right, and we've got some kind of penalty here before the snap.
Yeah, looks like a false start. Yeah, coming from the line judge here, looks like.
I mean, it looks like they're definitely going to run a play.
Mm-hmm.
I think Amador would be fine with just, a nice little interception off in the flat, return for a touchdown, go into the half with a lead.
Yeah, I'm not sure any team would turn down an interception and pick 6 on the flat.
You know what? We don't want to make it easy. Well, they are going for it. Streak down the left side of the field. He throws it deep down the field, and it is incomplete on that play. So not necessarily a Hail Mary, but quarterback gets it, deep streak down the left, and just overthrows the receiver and is lucky it wasn't an interception on that play. So that's 12 seconds left here in the half. Winters calls timeout, so they might be trying something here, Jake. They might be getting fancy. We'll find out. We're going to take a quick break. We'll bring it back here to wrap up the second half in just a moment.
Jackson Tire, located on Highway 49 in Jackson and Highway 88 in Pine Grove, is the place to go for your vehicle. Whether you need new tires or any auto service, Jackson Tire is a dealer you need to know. Visit them at jacksontire.net. That's Jackson Tire. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
And we're back here at Amador High School. Scoreboard shows 13-8 in favor of Winters. We got about 12 seconds here left in the first half, and Winters might be going for broke to end this half on a high note.
Tell you what, folks, I won't have it as clear as Hall of Famer Frank Halverson, but we're going to talk about the scores and everything here at half coming up with our halftime show, so stay with us. All right, we got a deep snap, a bad snap on the shotgun. Quarterback runs up. He's going to just keep it as he takes it up the middle and gets out of bounds just shy of the 40, and for some reason the clock's still running. It was at about 4 seconds, went down to 2.7, so it is fourth down, but only 2.7 seconds left to go here. I don't know if that was designed, Jake, as a quarterback draw, or if he just dropped back and nobody was open. He saw it and said, let's get some more positive yards, get out of bounds before the clock is out, and maybe get one more play.
I think it was something more along those lines. Yeah, because he did have several people in the backfield or upfield, but they were covered up pretty well. Amador, given that cushion right now, seems to be a bit more prudent because they're keeping everybody in front of them, which, of course, is something I would want to do in this situation. But he didn't quite get out of bounds. Looks like Winters called a timeout.
He did not get out. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's why the clock was running.
Yeah, so it looks like we are going to get one last play. Yeah, and if I was Amador, I'd just be like, yeah, I'm going to put everybody
punt coverage. or like punt, like you're back there all receiving a punt.
Exactly.
I tell you what, everyone's got their own different theories, their own ideas on things, but I just think personally with the JV team and the quarterback's not like he's Patrick Mahomes out here. getting a little cute here with 2.7, but hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe something works out. So shotgun, quarterback takes it. He's looking downfield. Nobody's there. He just tucks it down, and he's going to run. He's not going to get anything major, it doesn't look like, because he's taken down at about the 40. Maybe going to call a horse collar? Nope. So a clean play there, and that's going to wrap up the first half as Amador is trailing 13-8 here at Amador High School. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our halftime show in just a moment here at Amador High School.
The family of Armstrong & Son Construction and Armstrong Self-Storage are proud to sponsor Motherlode League football. Remember, when you need excavating, grading, septic system repairs, and other site work, call Armstrong & Son Construction. Or if you need a storage unit, stop by Armstrong Self-Storage for safe and secure storage, conveniently located near the intersection of Highway 49 and Ridge Road. Armstrong & Son Construction, state license number 828209.
Hey, let's play some football. Mark Borchin here with Glass Doctor. We are so excited that you're doing what you love. When you need auto glass, windshields, and calibration, call Glass Doctor. Ask about our windshield protection plan. And for shower enclosures, foggy, broken windows in your home or business, please remember Glass Doctor, your neighborly company. Visit our showroom at Highway 49 and Jackson Gate Road.
Remember when going for a walk around the block was easy and pain-free? Future you is ready to feel like that again. Mark Twain Medical Center's orthopedic experts are with you throughout the process, from first consultation to your last physical therapy session. So you can get back to living without joint pain, and future you can wander far and wide. Visit marktwainmedicalcenter.org/orthopedics. Mark Twain Medical Center. Hello, human kindness. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here. Halftime in this high school football matchup. Scoreboard shows Amador 8, Winters 13. The Winters cheerleaders are out doing a little bit of a halftime show right now for their crowd. So anyway, Jake Geedy and J.D. Geedy here with Carter Bashir holding down the fort here at Amador High School. We're going to do a quick recap of what was going on in the first half, and then we're going to send it back over to Jim in the studios to give us a look at our local news for tonight.
And you know what, just in the sake of fun, we're looking out here and everything. I talked about the blue field. Winters, the cheerleaders are wearing like black here with white. So if you're not watching, you just listen on the radio. Winters is in all white with red helmets. I don't know what their home jerseys. I don't know if they're red or not, but they could do an all black scheme here. Black unis, black pants. Look pretty sharp.
It kind of alternate uniforms are really a nice thing for me.
Yeah.
I, as a Giants fan, I really like the City Connect.
I love them.
Stuff.
People hate them.
And people hate it.
I are the minority.
I love it. I love the hat. That I
love the helmets.
I have the hat, and I have one of the helmet models or things for it, right? And they're two of my favorite hats, two of my favorite things. And I'm like, oh, how can you hate this? This is amazing. Anyway,
my favorite uniform in college sports is Texas's all whites.
Oh yeah, I get that.
You know what?
I get that.
But you know what I always think about and Penn State has a nice all white look. I've always thought of Penn State when I see Amador High School. They looked almost just as when I play. I mean, that's pretty much what Amador High looked like. But Penn State doesn't have one. Boise State has one, a blue field. If you guys have not seen the blue field here at Amador High School, I am all for it. People talk in the community. Some like it, some don't. Some people are purists, and they don't expect to see a blue football field, which makes sense. But I love this, especially for Amador High School. This is the coolest field by far in Division 6, I'm going to say. I mean, I think it is just absolutely amazing here at Amador High School.
I like it. I understand the aesthetic. I mean, the thing that does bum me out, though, is obviously with the white, with the blue numbers on blue jerseys on a blue field does make it a little bit difficult. But anyway.
And we were provided rosters, folks, and we received Winters varsity. Yeah. So we do apologize. We don't have all the names and numbers for the Winters players, but our listening audience is Amador High School fans. So we've got our young men here. So huge shout out to this team. Now the way this we'll get underway here really quick. The Conifer Communications halftime show. The way this game started off was with a safety on the first drive. Amador kicked off to Winters, and Winters got the ball. And basically what happened here, folks, is the receiver, or the man who was back deep to receive the kick, thought it was going to roll into the end zone. So he did not pick it up, kind of treated it more like a punt than a kickoff. Didn't pick it up until it stopped just shy of the goal line, had no choice, picks it up. Amador takes him down at about the 10 or shy of the 10-yard line, and then a couple losses there.
Yeah.
I think it was about the 3-yard line or so is where he was really down. So a loss on the first play and then a safety on the second play. So, hey, look at this defense. Amador's going to come out. This might be a game the Buffaloes run away with. And then kind of got a little bit sloppy with penalties. They were trading off penalties. We had a few interceptions in the half as well. But the 2 touchdowns were both on deep passes. One was from Winters on just a breakdown in communication in the secondary for the Amador Buffaloes. It was a deep slant pattern, probably about a 10-yard and slant across the middle of the field. Nobody behind him. He was behind the linebackers. Very easy play, but well-delivered ball by Winters and took it to the house there. And then Amador answers with a beautiful, beautiful throw from quarterback John McPartland to Dominic Fillmore. And what this play was, folks, is basically it was just a streak up the sideline. Fillmore put his little flavor on it, made a nice move to get free, and he was just so what do you think, Jake? 10 yards behind the corner there. A very beautiful ball. Ran right underneath it, caught it into the end zone. Looked like a varsity executed play. Yeah. And just a huge shout out to Dominic Fillmore and John McPartland. And then, as we said, the rest of the action was somewhat sloppy as Amador would kind of get some headway. They'd have a penalty. Then they'd have to give up the ball, or there'd be a turnover. Same thing for Winters. So it's just kind of been trading off from there. But again, the scoring was similar. The offense has been similar. Now, it looks like Amador, when they get on offense, hasn't had quite the success yet or been sustaining drives quite on the levels that Winters have. Winters seems like, Jake, they found something on the outside.
Yeah, they found something on the outside, and I'm sure that the defense for the Buffaloes are going to be taking a look more at that, the outside gives and of course, options that have been sort of the bread and butter of the Winters playbook for the majority of this time around at this point. That pretty much brings us to halftime after that injury, and hopefully that was Dominic Fillmore who, of course, made that great catch, and hopefully that won't end up being a huge detriment to the Buffaloes' offensive or defensive scheme, but we'll see.
And we really thank all of you for listening and watching here tonight. Amador was scheduled to play Esparto, and that game got canceled by Esparto at the last minute. So just the JV action tonight here against Winters, and we're happy to be doing that game here at Amador High School. We do want to thank everybody, folks. This is my first game in, I think, about 3 seasons. Usually, Hall of Famer Frank Halverson does the play-by-play, does an amazing job, so quick, so accurate. And when you're used to doing color and you haven't done it in so many years, it's a little difficult for me personally, and I'm just being real with you guys, as far as keeping up with the action quickly and calling it out. So it almost takes me, through the second quarter, and I think I'm catching up. I think we're getting it under control here. So hopefully I get it a little smoother for you here in the second half. But we've got all the action. You've heard what's been going down here. And, again, I will try from my side, if you folks think I need to clean it up here in the second half. But my favorite thing about this first half, hanging out with my brother Jake Eady here at Amador High School. Jake Eady, the drama teacher here officially, Amador County Unified School District. So I get to brag about that. But Jake singing the national anthem, I was teasing it was a 9.4. But did a great job doing that here today, too.
All right, so we got about 3 minutes, 40 seconds before the second half starts. So we're going to go ahead and turn it back over to Jim at the studios. There was a quick recap of the news, and then we'll be back here at Amador High School with more high school football action in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
All righty. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, JD. Let's take a quick look at your halftime Mountain Merchant halftime news. We do have a second quarter JV score from Ripon. Ripon leading Calaveras by a score of 7-0. 7-0. Again, that is second quarter action. Again, JV action. Now, folks have asked us why the JV game. Tell you why the JV game. It takes us about a week to get clearance from different schools and different leagues in order for us to switch a game. Now, if we do it within the Mother Lode League, we can do it in just same day. We can say, no, we're not going to go to Calaveras. We're going to go to Sonora, or we're going to do Argonaut, or we're going to do Amador. But when we go out of our league and we have to change games, then it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of paperwork. We were not able to change this game either to Gil and Greg down at Ripon or do a game up at actually Argonaut is playing at Yuba City tonight. Now, I know the schedule says that they're playing Wheatland. They are playing Wheatland, but the game is actually being played on neutral ground in Yuba City. And the Argonaut bus, the JV bus, actually headed for Wheatland and almost got to Wheatland before it was realized, hey, you're taking us to the wrong place. We need to go to Yuba City. And the bus driver had to take the JV team. Varsity team, luckily, they were notified in time to tell the bus driver, hey, we're not going to Wheatland. We're going to Yuba City. So a little bit of confusion there. But again, so that's the reason we're doing the JV game tonight. And I know JD and Jake have said it a number of times. Let's give the young guys, some props on this, and let's, get their names and get them out. The future stars of the Motherlode League here. So again, Mountain Merchant halftime news very quickly. West Nile virus confirmed in Calaveras County, 1 case so far. Now again, the folks in Calaveras County Health Department as well as Amador County Health Department reminding you, make sure your windows and door screens are in good condition. Use insect repellent containing DEET. Limit any outdoor activity at dawn and dusk. And if you're going to be out during those times, wear a long sleeve shirt, long pants, and again, use some type of insect repellent containing DEET. And at around 1:15 in the morning on August 31st, Calaveras Sheriff's Department contacted an individual operating an all-terrain vehicle on the highway, on Highway 4. When they further investigated, they found that Skylar Gregory of Mountain Ranch was actually in possession of a stolen vehicle. He was also in possession of stolen drug paraphernalia, live ammunition, and other. He was arrested and booked into the Calaveras County Jail on multiple charges. And speaking of Calaveras County, tomorrow it is another free recycling event. Caltrans and Clean California partnering with Calaveras County to hold a series of free recycling events, formerly known as Free Dump Days. This one will take place at the Calaveras Community Center in Copperopolis tomorrow. And you can ride the rails with the Amador Central Railway tomorrow. Our buddy John Statler was here talking to us about this at noon. Tickets go on sale at 9:15 at Lane Station, 2 miles south of Ione on Highway 104. Excursions go out at 10, noon, and 2. $15 a seat. Again, you are listening to the Mountain Merchant Halftime News. We'll be back in Sutter Creek with second half action right after this.
Looking for the best place to buy and sell in the Motherlode? The Mountain Merchant is the where to go. Look for it every Friday in Amador, Calaveras, San Joaquin, Sacramento counties, and now El Dorado County. Covering over 1,800 square miles of the Sierra foothills, we feature the largest circulation in the area. Call today to place your classified or display ad with the Mountain Merchant at 209-223-0508.
Football fans, stay in touch with Conifer Communications high-speed internet wherever you are. Stream the game live, connect with fans during and after the game, Facebook Live the winning play, or upload those Instagram photos. Conifer Communications may be local, but offers big-time internet service with fast speed, no data limits, plus VoIP phone service. Connect with Conifer today, 866-378-8393, or stop by their office in San Andreas on Highway 49.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
And we're back here at Amador High School, about to kick off the third quarter action here at again Amador High School. Scoreboard shows 8-13 in favor of Winters. Winters is set to kick. Amador set to receive the second half.
Right on, right on. All right, so Do they put the 3 minutes on like they did?
No,
varsity?
that's only in varsity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I always thought's weird. It's like an encore at a concert. Just sing all your songs. All right, so it's an onside kick to start the second half, and it's fielded easily by the Buffaloes, a couple yards shy of the 50-yard line. So that's where the Buffaloes will start the second half at the 47-yard line.
And that was what I would like to call a textbook fielding of an onside kick. He didn't try to do anything more with it. He's just like, okay, my whole job is to sit here, secure the thing, and get down, have my guys cover me. Perfect.
You know what's you watch college football nowadays, and back in the day, the ball hits the ground, you dive on it, right? You dive on it, and that's it. Yeah. Well, now guys are so athletic. You see guys picking it up, fielding it. Quarterbacks picking up a fumbled snap and throwing a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I was never that good, man. And I always say, like you say, especially when it comes to an onside kick, you field that ball and you get down. Okay, we got motion.
Uh-oh.
Guys, so what happened here is that happened as I was calling it. We had two men split off to the left of the formation. One of those men comes in motion across the front of the quarterback. The ball snapped and hits the man in motion. But luckily, the Buffaloes were able to get on it there and retain possession. But it is going to be a loss of about 5 yards there. We're sitting at the 42-yard line. The Buffaloes, 9 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Buffaloes trailing 13-8 here at Amador High School.
Yeah, that looked like that was just a timing mistake. I'm not sure if it was a timing mistake on the quarterback's position or if it was on the receiver. But
so the ball is snapped to the quarterback. He steps back. He's hit by one man in the back, throws it across the middle. It is intercepted. He takes it up to the 20, the 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. So on that play there, guys, it was snapped to the quarterback. It was a pass play the whole time. He steps back and throws right to one of the linebackers. Very easy interception and taken to the house there for a touchdown. And Jake, you're looking at the replay there. Did you see what pattern he may have been looking for on that play?
No, I did not. I was not able to get back in time for that play because the return was so long.
But not the way the Buffaloes wanted to start the second half here, folks. The first play is a snap from the center directly into the motion man. Amador lucky to keep the ball, and then the second play is a pick-six touchdown. So now this is going to be a little farther out of reach for the Buffaloes. But, hey, they're still definitely in it. Right here, the PAT attempt about to get underway. If successful, this would bring it to 20-8. And that is the case. It's up, and it is through. So it is 8-20. Winters over Amador here at Amador High School. Winters will be kicking the ball off when we come back.
For all your land surveying and civil engineering services, call Toma & Associates at 223-0156. Whether you're building a fence and need to know where the property line is to complete boundary surveys, Toma & Associates can help. Lot surveys, boundary line adjustments, parcel and subdivision maps, FEMA certificates, septic and grading plans, among the many services Toma & Associates provides. Call 223-0156, serving the Mother Lode since 1967.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here at Amador High School. Scoreboard shows Winters 20, Amador 8, 8:45 here left in the third quarter. Really early in this one. Winters set to kick.
And we've got another onside kick. Oh, that one took a beautiful bounce for Winters over the receiver's head right there. But another Buffalo behind him picks it up and secures it for the Buffaloes. But tell you what, Jake, not the best at the start of that onside kick as it came, but that took a gnarly bounce.
Yeah, that took a really insane bounce. I mean, and that is kind of the bounce you want it to take when when you're going for that, because that makes the guys have to go up. And normally your guy coming in can run right into it on the down.
Here's my question here. You have short quarters in JV football, 10 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. You're up by 12 points here. It's a multiple possession game here. It's at least 2 touchdowns. So why not put Amador deep in the territory? Why are they giving it to him so close? Unless they're just trying to put the nail in the coffin, think they can convert that. But we've got a handoff inside here for the Buffaloes. Nothing doing there. Maybe a gain of 1 on the first play of this drive for the Buffaloes.
I believe that was Tommy Gunn on the carry there for the Buffaloes.
Jake, have we seen Fillmore back in the game?
I do not.
I'm not seeing him on the sidelines. let's see. McPartlin at quarterback. Yeah, looks like Tommy Gunn to the side. I'm not seeing him yet, but doesn't mean he's not on the field. Okay, so the quarterback McPartlin throws over the middle of the field, a little bit left of the formation, the left hash. It's taken there up to just about a yard shy, it looks like, of the first down.
And let's watch this real quick. So we see him coming in from the top there, crossing in. We have a little bit of an X pattern there. Sits there right about the buffalo head. I mean, wide open, good pitch and catch.
That was the
number 7.
Outside man coming
across.
Route. So shotgun, quarterback rolls to the right, throws into the flats. Looked like he was going for a quick screen, or not a screen pass, but a swing pass to the running back, and throws it over his head. That's a play, Jake, that I used to love. Used to see it a lot in the passing game, especially in the NFL, but swing passes. You don't see a ton of swing passes. A lot of screens now, stuff like that. But there for Amador, the quarterback took it. The back just kind of released off into the flat, and he tried to get him on that swing and just threw it over his head.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like even though you're coming across there, you still have to give, as the quarterback, you still have to put touch on that ball.
Yeah, put it a little in front of him. Quarterback takes it, throws off into the left flat on an out pattern. It is received right there by number 18 of the Buffaloes. That's Colby Nelson. So we got about a 3-yard gain there for the Buffaloes, 2 to 3 yard gain. Looks like the Buffaloes now going solely with the passing game here the last few plays. Looks like they do have some openings in that passing game. Of course, they did throw that interception on the last drive that was returned for a pick 6. But, guys, remember, even though this is the third quarter, these are shorter quarters, so not as many possessions left for the Buffaloes as this would be in a varsity game. So it looks like they're trying to get some points on the board here as quick as possible. So drops back, McPartlin. He moves up in the pocket, and then he sees a man deep down the left side of the field. Puts a perfect ball. McPartlin, that makes up for that interception. I will tell you what, it was a streak up the left side of the field. He throws it over his shoulder, and the reception, Jake, you call this right here off this replay.
Right.
It was a beautifully caught ball.
So it's coming from the slot guy, making another X across, and look at that launch. And it is right over the edge. He's looking over there. Number 11 tries to get his hands up, and it just right into the breadbasket. And way to stay with that ball. I mean, that was gorgeous.
So the catch was just as impressive as the throw, but that ball could not have been caught by anyone but his man. That was very impressive.
Beautiful.
We have motion from the left to the right. It's a direct handoff up the middle. And the Amador Buffaloes got some positive running yards right there up to about the 4-yard line. Rumbling and bumbling up the middle. So Amador starting to put it together here on offense. That was very nice run right there. Huge hole up the middle. We've seen Amador have some nice holes up the middle here at times in this first half, but haven't seen a lot of yards in the run game here. But I want to get back to that touchdown. I called it a streak, but as Jake said, it was the slot man who actually kind of came up and then went outside as the outside man came inside of him. So it's a well-designed play as well. All right, so actually under center here, it's just going to be a dive up the middle, but nothing going there. Maybe even a loss of a yard there to the 5-yard line. So the Buffaloes are knocking on the door here. Hey, I want to give a shout-out to the Mountain Merchant, okay? We usually bring you Mountain Merchant scoring updates every week, and they're one of our official sponsors. Well, we don't have any other JV action that we can bring you scores from. And usually, of course, we cover varsity football here on Friday nights, but a huge shout-out to one of our sponsors, the Mountain Merchant, bringing us the scoring updates this season. Okay, so under center again. These are the only 2 plays we've seen, the previous one and this one here, where the quarterback's been in under center. But Amador gets up under center there and then calls timeout. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back. 5:45 left, third quarter at Amador High School.
Big Valley Ford Lincoln, your regional commercial van and truck headquarters, is proud to sponsor Motherlode League High School football. The expert sales team will help you get behind the wheel of the car or truck that's right for you. And their service department will keep that vehicle running at peak performance. Visit the team at Big Valley Ford Lincoln, your full-service dealership, on the web at bigvalleyford.com and located in the Stockton Auto Mall off Hammer Lane. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com. And before we send it back to JD and Jake, we have a Mountain Merchant High School football scoreboard update at halftime. Ripon 7, Calaveras nothing.
All right, great. We're back here. Amador set to take the play here. Motion across, hand up straight up the middle. No, he's going to go to pitch out there.
Tell you what, the
And
play was there. The man dropped it. He would have been short of the touchdown, Jake, but it was right on his hands. Quarterback rolled to the right, just a quick little out there, and just couldn't catch the ball.
yeah, so sorry about that, Jay. I didn't mean to take your job there for a second.
No, you were talking. The play started. I appreciate it. That's how we do it.
The ball was delivered a little high, but that's kind of a almost like a sprint out sort of style rollout with that kind of play action off of that. So you're really hoping that wing that's coming off in that motion is going to get into the flat quickly.
One to the right, two to the left, one man in the back, or two men in the backfield with the quarterback. Quarterback under center here. Basically an I formation. But what do we got here? We've got offsides.
Yeah, encroachment on that one. That was they were jumping all over the place, and looks like Wheatland was trying to not Wheatland, sorry, Winters was trying to time the snap count there.
So guys, if Amador gets a touchdown here and they convert, if they go for one and they convert, that would bring that to a 5-point ball game. That means Amador needs one stop, and a touchdown, even without a conversion, would put them into the lead. So this is important here, and Amador probably wants to get a score on the board here quickly. So quarterback back in the shotgun, and fake handoff, throws to a quick slant and just a little high there across the middle of the field. I like the play call, to be honest with you. It was there, but just a little high on the throw.
Me too. I want to take a look at this linebacker here who picked up the slot man here. So if we watch this, here's the snap. He's coming across in that quick slant there, and I think that's pass interference, my guy.
You know what? This one guy that I know named Jim Geedy always told me when I played football, if you can touch it, you can catch it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a perfectly thrown ball, but it's not like it was completely uncatchable. But, and like you said, Jake, it looked like he was definitely all over him there as well.
5 minutes, 36 seconds. Like, it was 5 minutes, 36 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now, I will say, like, it wasn't egregious. It wasn't, a Saints game.
Yeah.
But it was that he did definitely wrap up and hit him a little bit before the ball was delivered there. Now,
Saints Vikings, isn't that who it was? I think.
Yeah, that was atrocious. That was bad, and everybody involved should feel bad about that.
It's kind of like when you say the kangaroo video. Everybody knows what you're talking. You know what I mean? When you can just say that and everybody knows.
Oh boy.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's 5:36 left to go here, and I just, you know what, maybe I got a little excited, Jake. When Amador got up there, I'm just assuming Amador's going to punch this ball in, and we're going to have ourselves a one-score ball game here. But huge shout-out to Winters. Amador's done stuff they haven't done. They've got up under center, I formation, kind of trying to play more power football. It's not working. They're throwing some wrinkles in here. We talked about the one pass that was a little bit high and dropped over here in the corner, and then the quick slant right here. And Winters, even though it was pass interference, of course, it was tight coverage. Of course, the man was there. Yeah. They're doing a good job here of holding Amador. And I'll tell you what, you want to talk about a momentum shift. If Amador can punch this ball in and then they get a stop, the momentum is with the Buffaloes.
Absolutely.
But if Winters stops Amador here,
they're going to be really behind the ball.
Absolutely. So fourth down, under center.
Power I looks like.
And we got offsides. It looks like offsides. Yes, it is. They jumped there, did Winters, so that's going to get Amador up another yard or so, half the distance to the goal line from here. So they're looking like inside the 1, Jake?
Looks like they're going to be just inside the 1 yard line.
And I tell you what, guys, Amador has got down here, and as we said, Winters has done a great job of holding him. But Winters has also had 2 penalties down here as well. So Amador getting a little bit closer to the goal line. I know they're going to be real disappointed if they can't punch this one in. But they're almost in sneak territory at this point, so they've got options.
Yeah. Well, here's one thing. I'm going to be interested to see what formation. It looks like they're going to try to go with that power I formation again. And I'm going to be really interested to see, Winters, of course, is just cramming the box. And look at that wedgie right there.
Boom. And just straight up the middle of the Amador Buffaloes.
I see that on the replay there real quick.
So here he gets.
That looks like it was just a tapper right there.
So, Jake, I had a hard time seeing all the – it was a sneak, right? The quarterback kept it right at the –
Yeah, perfect sneak.
As I said, sneak territory. Joey would love that. Joey is a huge Tom Brady fan. Everybody knows how the Patriots like to do it. And you see Josh McDaniels doing it with the Raiders a lot too.
Yeah.
Now, and the kick is the snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And so now we're at 15 to 20. Amador trailing by 5. It's a one-possession ball game. We'll be back with more third-quarter action here from Amador High School. 5:34 left.
Jackson Tire, located on Highway 49 in Jackson and Highway 88 in Pine Grove, is the place to go for your vehicle. Whether you need new tires or any auto service, Jackson Tire is a dealer you need to know. Visit them at jacksontire.net. That's Jackson Tire. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
And we're back here at Amador High School with the scoreboard showing Amador 15, Winters 25 point. Talking about how they.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. That hurt.
We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But here, Amador set to kick.
And he gets some good air under it. It goes down to about the 20 where it bounces. It just dies right there. Looked like it may roll out of bounds, but no, it just dies right there, and the Buffaloes get down. Great coverage. Takes them down about the 21, 22-yard line, and that's where Winters will take over. So that's good. See, this is what I'm talking about. Winters is doing all this kind of shorter stuff and giving Amador field position. Amador is kicking it deep, and their coverage is getting down there, and that's the difference of starting at the 40 or the 20. You can see this. So if Amador can get a stop here on this short, they'll have a shorter field to work with. So great job by the kicker getting some air under that. Not a bad kick for a JV athlete here. Yeah. And then great coverage by the Buffaloes. But we have an injury down. I'm hoping this is just a cramp on a Winters player, as I've seen the way they've got his leg up there, Jake. Looks like they're stretching out maybe a hammy or a calf.
Yeah, and he went down after the play. Like it was not as a result of the play. They were coming into the huddle, and he grabbed his leg and was like, and then came down to the ground. So, yeah, it looks like just a Charlie horse. They're stretching it out right there, doing some, So I don't think it's a serious one at all there. But, one thing I got to say, one thing I kind of like about this was kind of the sportsmanship on this. So we had two guys that were there on, one guy on the return team, one obviously on the kick team, and they got into it. I mean, they were locked up really well, and they were pushing and fighting and hand fighting, getting all this stuff together. And then as soon as the whistle blows, they both stopped, patted each other on the back, and were like, "Hey, good job," and left. I really like that.
Me too.
That's a nice little thing to see. 5:29 left in the third quarter.
And a handoff just straight up the middle for Winters. Nothing going there. Maybe picks up a yard or two. Hey, Jake, I mentioned it earlier when I talked about sportsmanship with athletes, and you just hit on it there. And especially at the JV level, okay? Everyone has a difference of opinion. There's people that will tell me you got to teach them to win. You got to teach them to win early. You got to set that culture. Well, I've always been a believer that JV football, JV athletics, you're preparing these athletes to go up to varsity and be able to succeed when they get to that level. And part of that is sportsmanship, preparation, and all that. And a huge shout-out to this JV coaching staff here at Amador. They've got this team well prepared, and they look like a well-disciplined, good group of young men out here. All right, in the shotgun to the quarterback, and he just keeps it. Designed run going off to the left here. He gets outside to about the 40, but there is a flag down on the field there. But that was a pickup, Jake, of about almost 20 yards, it looks like.
I can assure you that in the film review that is going to be done by the Winters coaching staff in the next week, they are going to be drilling their wideouts on selling their holds.
And there's been, Jake, 3 or 4 plays where they get outside and they get this positive yardage, and then there is a holding in it, and it brings it back. Very fortunate for Amador. You can also say those gains may not have been those gains without the holds, right? Yeah. So it's not like Amador's lucking out with that, but they'll definitely take it. But you know what, that quarterback, Jake, do you remember Le'Veon Bell, Pittsburgh Steelers? I believe played for the Chiefs or somebody else towards the end of his career there after his holdout. Didn't work out so well for him. But he was one of those guys that would come up and he'd be so patient, almost looked like he wasn't running when he come up into the hole, find his spot and hit it. Well, this quarterback comes out here and you think, he's slow, he's not doing anything. But it looks like he's doing a great job of reading his blocks, and he just gets a lot more positive yards than you would expect when you see him take off. He looks like he's got some good vision as a runner there.
Yeah, he definitely does have his head on a swivel, but it's not a hesitant either.
No, it's not hesitant, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got winners up at the ball. Same formation as always. 2 to each side and 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback. Quarterback takes it. It's a quick pass off to the left flat, and it's just kind of a quick hook pattern it looked like there, Jake.
Yeah.
And gets it up to about the 26-yard line, where it's going to bring up third down for Winters. Third down and 6 or 7 here for Winters, deep in their own territory.
And this is something you do. So the corners are, again, still giving quite a bit of cushion. And this is something that you do give up when you give that much cushion. I mean, the corner had to crash about 3 or 4 or 5 yards, to make it up to that hook. So it's not a great gain, but still.
Trips right to the right, wide side of the field, 1 to the left. Quarterback takes a snap, drops back, wants to throw, nothing going, and just takes it up the middle. And I think the Buffaloes may have got fortunate. There may have been a face mask on that briefly. But they get him down there, nothing going. So that's going to bring up fourth down. And, guys, we have not seen a punt here today, Jake. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
Except for on the safety, we have not seen a punt. It's either been turnovers, interception, or score. But here, this is going to be interesting to see what Winters does. If they do not punt this ball, I would be absolutely amazed, guys. Up 6 points, 3:29 deep in their own territory here, and it looks like that's what they're going to do is punt it away.
Yeah, it looks like he got caught on his shoulder pads.
Okay, so it wasn't on the face.
It wasn't on the face. Yeah, it was shoulder pads.
Great. So here's the punt. That's a very shallow stance for a punt. And he punts it. It bounces at about the 45. Amador receiver running up, gets it, takes it up to the 45, the 30, to the 25, 20. He's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. A great play, Jake. Call that one out off the replay for us.
All right, let's see here. So shallow kick. It, of course, just drops here and takes a nice bounce forward. Just comes right up to the return man. And, again, there were no flyers near him. They'd over-pursued there, and the only reason that he didn't take that to the house was he just ran out of grass a little bit there coming towards the sideline.
And was that number 8, Jake? Was that the quarterback, McPartland? It's so hard, folks. I'm so sorry. We're really trying to get these numbers, but they're very difficult to pick up.
2:55 and counting left in the third quarter here. Amador set to take the ball.
In the shotgun, back directly behind the quarterback. We have motion from the slot on the left across the formation. It's a handoff to the back in the backfield up the middle, and he takes it up for about 4 yards, it looks like. He's going to get inside the 20-yard line. That was actually, as I said to you guys, he was inside the 20, but the ball went out of bounds at about the 22. So with that positive gain, now we're inside the 20 here for the Amador Buffaloes. It'll bring up second down in about along 5 to 6 yards. Huge shout-out to the Mountain Merchant, usually bringing us our scoring updates. We had that one from Calaveras. I believe it was 7-0 ripping over Calaveras at last check. But, again, a huge shout-out to the Mountain Merchant coming on board with us, sponsorships for our scoring updates this season. We have twins to each side here, back directly behind the quarterback. The quarterback throws off to the right flat, to that slot. He breaks a tackle, and he takes it up to about the 11-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds, so a nice play there by the Buffaloes. Again, quarterback takes it, looks directly off into the flat, hits his man number 11, Sam Baker, and Baker does a good job of shaking the tackle, number 21 there you see on the replay, spinning out of that, and he picks up, Jake, about 7 more yards after breaking that tackle. So nice job here by the Amador Buffaloes as they're knocking on the door, folks. 1:51 left to go in the third quarter.
And that was a real-life showing of the use of open field tackle drills right there.
Absolutely. So we got twins each side, number 11 in motion. It's a handoff to the back, directly in the backfield behind the quarterback. Takes it up the middle to about the 5, but we do have a penalty on the field here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be going against the Buffaloes. Let's see what the white hat says here.
You know what, Jake? This isn't the way you would play a game, but if I was on this coaching staff of Amador and this even ran into the fourth quarter and Amador still scores the ball, I don't know how disappointed I would be because the less possessions left in this game, Winters isn't really showing a lot at this point. So Amador, I mean, if this goes into the fourth quarter, Amador scores, we're looking at potentially Just one more possession for Winters. But, guys, it ain't going to be so easy as
so it looks like
this just got called back.
And it was looks like an illegal chop block outside the tackle box.
So an illegal chop block, and that brought it back to the 25-yard line, folks. So we were talking like Amador was just about to score, but that very unfortunate right there brings it again back to the 25-yard line where it'll be first down for the Buffaloes. 1 minute and 8 seconds and counting down here in the third quarter. We got twins to each side, slot and a split. We have one man directly to the left of the quarterback in the shotgun in the backfield. And we have motion from the slot on the right across formation. Quarterback fakes to him. He takes it directly up the middle. He picks up about 2 yards there on the play.
46 seconds and counting here left in the third quarter. So it looks like we may see one play left before the quarter break. But we'll see here.
We got number 51 hobbling off the field for Winters here. So we got a defensive substitution. Might play well for the Buffaloes. Defensive tackle. And we have motion from the right over to the far side of the field. It's a handoff, and he's sweeping across, but he's not going to get any positive yards there, guys.
Oh.
It's actually a loss of about 2 yards for the Buffaloes. So that takes him over to the left hash mark. The right side will be the wide side of the field here. We are wrapping up the first half, and that's going to be, the third quarter. That's going to be officially the end of the quarter, so we'll come back here for fourth quarter action at Amador High in just a moment.
The family of Armstrong & Son Construction and Armstrong Self-Storage are proud to sponsor Motherlode League football. Remember, when you need excavating, grading, septic system repairs, and other site work, call Armstrong & Son Construction. Or if you need a storage unit, stop by Armstrong Self-Storage for safe and secure storage, conveniently located near the intersection of Highway 49 and Ridge Road. Armstrong & Son Construction, state license number 828209. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, and we're back here with scoreboard showing 20-15 in favor of Winters. We are third down and goal. Ball is on the 29-yard line for the Buffaloes, it looks like. At least that's where the box is sitting right now. 10 minutes here left in this junior varsity matchup. And it looks like we are getting ready to kick this last bit off. Jake Geedy, JD Geedy, and Carter Brashear.
So, Jake.
Yes.
We got a handoff, or no, it's a fake handoff by McPartland to the backfield. He's rolling off to the right. There's a beautiful job right there of just dumping it over the defender's head to an open man over in the flat, and it's a completed pass down to about the 15-yard line. And what he did there, Jake, is so here you see the quarterback McPartland rolling to the right, and you see him waiting and waiting and waiting, and he's letting this defender here suck up into him. He sees the defender number 2 release coming towards him, and then he makes the decision to dump it off to number 3 there, Camden Adams. A very good, very smart play by John McPartland. And it's similar play, Jake, to the way a quarterback would read an option.
Yeah.
If that man's coming up at you, you pitch it off. If he's giving it to you, you go with it. And he basically threw a forward pass, but similar in the way he would read an option play. Just a very headsy play by McPartland. Not the most skilled play, but very smart play. So McPartland takes it from the shotgun. Nobody open, so he keeps it himself up the middle and then takes it back over to the left. And no positive yards on that play. Yeah. And number 2 for Winters looks like he's going to be going down with a cramp in the back of his leg. Let's see if he can make it off the field.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this here. He just didn't have any time. The pocket collapsed pretty quick, but it looked like Winters was sending almost everybody in there, and there was just a mismatch in personnel, and they weren't able to pick up those extra guys. And there looked like there was a couple of spots open about the M of the Amador end zone there, but it doesn't look like they were able to. He wasn't able to see him because he was getting tackled almost immediately when you're throwing, 8 guys at him there.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh. I think I'm a little unsure in here, Jake. I'm sorry.
Oh,
it's a little hot. Unsure. Oh, you don't remember. You're too young for that. Anyways, Let's see. So it's the 15-yard line here. The snap to the quarterback of Winters, hands off to a motion man across the front of him, and he takes it off to the left of the formation up to about it looks like the 26-yard line here.
Looks like there's a flag on the play. White hat coming in there from the back. Let's see what we got here. And we got an illegal block in the back on Winters, it looks like. So that's going to pull it back. And again, I can tell you that's going to be on. That's going to be in film review. If I was the offensive coordinator, or the wide receivers coach, because that's who seem to be my big perpetrators, we would be definitely having words about that.
You know what? I said this earlier, Jake. If it wasn't for these penalties, if these plays were holding up for Winters, this would be a different ballgame.
Oh, way different
Amador wouldn't be in this ballgame. But on that note, those plays wouldn't become those plays, without the holds, without the penalties. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening to this, don't think that Amador's lucking out. Winters is getting these gains and having positive yardage based on penalties, which means, Amador is still doing what they need to do. But when you're getting held, you can't make the tackles, right?
No, definitely not.
All right, so it's a handoff up the middle. Winters takes it, and it's a nice run there. And, man, he's just taking multiple Buffaloes with him, still going.
Wow.
And that back just took up number 21 for Winters, an extra 5 yards or so, folks. That would have been a huge stop right there for the Buffaloes. But he just kept rumbling down, and he's just shy of the first down.
And you hear coaches and everybody saying, keep your feet moving, keep your feet moving, keep pushing, keep running, keep that engine running. And that is exactly why, because he's definitely smaller than most of those Buffaloes that were clawing onto his back there, but man, he was able to drag them an extra almost 10 yards.
I was going to say at least 5 for sure, but yeah, you're right, Jake. And that was a first down, folks, so that's a huge play in this ball game. And another play right up the middle, basically the same play, and this time Amador ain't having that. He stopped there. Different runner, though. That was number 2. The previous play was number 21. Again, we have the varsity Winters. Thank you for sending us the roster, but it was the varsities, unfortunately. So that's what we got here today. But the Buffaloes, Jake, this is one thing that Dad and I used to talk to you about, Jim Geedy. I used to say, hey, if I'm running a play and I'm getting at least 4 yards, I'm going to run that play every time until you stop it because, hey, I run that thing 3 times. That's 12 yards. I got a first down, right? And I'm beating up on the defense. Exactly. Well, they tried to do the same thing right there, and Amador says, hey, fool me once. Okay,
oh, wow.
And that snap was a little high. We've been talking about that. These snaps on with the quarterback in the shotgun, they're a little bit longer, of course, and a lot of high snaps here today, and he just could not field that one over his head, and that was very fortunate for the Buffaloes. That definitely makes up for that run there by number 21, taking Buffaloes with him for the first down, because that's going to put it back to about the 12-yard line here, and Amador's looking pretty good at this point with a very long third down for Winters. We're looking at 3rd and 18, it looks like, for Winters. Or 24, 3rd and 24, officially, excuse me. So quarterback in the shotgun takes the snap. He's rolling to the right. He's looking for man in the flat. And great defense by the Amador Buffaloes. That was number 11, Sam Baker, who cuts in front of the pattern and knocks it loose. So that's going to be an incomplete pass, which also does stop the clock. 6 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in this ball game. Now, we have seen Amador score quickly on a deep pass. They've got the ability, but I'll be honest, and it's more based on the defense of Winters here tonight. It has been a little bit of a struggle for the Buffaloes offensively. So the more time on the clock here, the shorter field, the better for this team. And if Amador does get this ball back, if they can hold him here, as they will on a punt, if they can get this ball back fielded cleanly, they've got a good shot here. All right, so that ball is not kicked very deeply, but it is not fielded cleanly by the Buffaloes at about the 40. Looks like the Buffaloes did get back on top of that ball, so they'll take over at about the 38-yard line. We're going to keep it right here, folks. We've got 6 minutes left, basically, in the fourth quarter. Amador's got the ball now. They'll be starting on the 37, and so they have to go 37 yards in 6 minutes to take the lead. Amador's trailing by 5. A touchdown, regardless of the conversion attempt, would put them up by 1. So if Amador can get into the end zone, take some time off the clock, they may be able to put this game away on this drive. So we'll see how this goes.
Yes, indeed. Let's see.
Trips to the left. Quarterback drops back. You see somebody across the middle wide open. And it was incomplete, though. We had, I believe, number 7, if I can pick up that number, Arthur
yes.
Androina, on a kind of just a slant across the middle of the formation there. And he was open. Quarterback very composed, but didn't quite see what happened there. It was not even close.
It looked like – so basically what it looked like is he got his pickup there. So the man got picked up, and he had his track there. And he was trying to swipe across, and it just broke the focus, I think, of the receiver there. I think it was just a really well-covered ball.
There are times when I see the composure of McPartland, and I think he's got a bright future. All right, we've got motion coming from the left to the right. It's a handoff to the man directly behind the quarterback. He takes it out the middle, positive yards to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, and he is out at the 4-yard line. That is number 44, Evan Santos, has had a heck of a game on defense. Great game here on offense as well. And what a play that was for the Buffaloes. Hey, at this point, you may want to start throwing the ball. Let's get cute. Let's do this. Everything else, not the Buffaloes. They said, we're going to run it down your throat. They did that, and they got all the way down to the 4-yard line here, it looks like.
Heck of a play.
And we do have a timeout. And it looks like Winters calling the timeout. So, hey, Jim, we'll send it back to you. Let's get some of our sponsors in here and bring it right back. We're here at Amador High School, 5:27 left.
Hey, let's play some football. Mark Borchin here with Glass Doctor. We are so excited that you're doing what you love. When you need auto glass, windshields, and calibration, call Glass Doctor. Ask about our windshield protection plan. And for shower enclosures, foggy, broken windows in your home or business, please remember Glass Doctor, your neighborly company. Visit our showroom at Highway 49 and Jackson Gate Road.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here. Scoreboard shows 5:27 here left in the ball game. Amador knocking on the door at the 5-yard line, 15-20 in favor of Winters right now. Jake Geedy, J.D. Geedy, and Carter Brashear. All righty. Of course, the show wouldn't go on without Carter, of course.
Absolutely. And without Jake, I get to just talk. All right, handoff up the middle to Santos, and Santos takes it back to the line of scrimmage at the 5-yard line. Nothing going there. So just like how Amador had stopped Winters there on that nice run up the middle on the next play, Amador tried the same thing. Winters did the same. They stopped him. No gain. So now Amador's got to come up with something. They're at the 5-yard line. Hey, Amador's been down here before, and it didn't work out. So Winters definitely can tighten the defense up. This is a very important drive for the Amador Mustangs, or Amador Buffaloes, excuse me, as they trail by 5. Handoff to Santos again, and Santos is running hard, brings it back across.
All right, it looks like he's down at the.
Excuse me, Jake, that wasn't Santos. That was McPartland. So McPartland faked the handoff to Santos.
Man, what a fake.
And then he kept it to the left. So I thought Santos took it off to the right, cuts back to the left, but it was actually the quarterback the whole time. So Amador is now on the goal line,
They're
folks,
on the
basically.
1 millimeter line right now.
And it is 3rd down. Don't be surprised you see that sneak again.
And there it is.
And there they go. Amador on the 2nd touchdown on a quarterback sneak. However you want to call the play, that's what I call it. But 4:17 left to go in the ball game. Amador is now up 21-20 before the attempt. I'm assuming they'll go for 2.
Let's see.
2 points would make this a 3-point ball game. That would eliminate a victory for Winters on a field goal.
Yeah.
And if you kick the extra point, it's a 2-point difference, so there's really no reason. I mean, I think the only option here is to go for 2 mathematically.
Yeah, so let's see what they got here. It looks like they are going to definitely go for it because they are not in field goal formation. So
we've got twins to each side. One back to the right of the quarterback. Quarterback takes it, rolls over to the right. He wants to throw. Oh, what a great play by McPartland. McPartland did have the back in the flat, but he stops there at about the tackle box and throws it right into the middle of the end zone, and it's converted. Jake, you can call the play from the replay.
Yeah, let's look at this. Right. Okay, so here's the snap. So we're looking at this. There's an inside out right here. the second guy is just waiting there, makes a dive right at it, and of course, McPartland having to throw across his body, which is usually kind of a dangerous thing to do, dangerous across the formation. But hey, it paid off there. The receiver was right there, hopped up, and was like, "Hey, I am not letting anybody get this," and took right down, made sure 2 feet hit inside the end zone, and boom, touchdown there.
So I don't know, Jake, what Winters has for a kicker, but if Winters does have a kicker that can kick a field goal, it's not going to be a 50-yarder, of course, but if they got a guy that can convert, that was a huge
one.
Huge 2-point conversion play, a great play by McPartland. And as you say, the throw was good. He put enough on it, nice touch, but even more important than the throw is the receiver coming back to the ball.
Yeah.
If the receiver stays there, waits for the ball, it's picked.
Yeah, no, he fought for it, and that's one thing that you really like to see, aggressiveness towards the ball.
So here is the kick by Amador. It's kind of a squib kick, hits at the 30, bounce. It's going to roll out of bounds. So that's going to give Winters some good field position. That is not what the Buffaloes want. The Buffaloes have been shown that they can keep this ball inside the 30 with deep kicks and great coverage, but that's not the way you do it there with the ball going out of bounds. So I believe that'll be set at the 35-yard line. So 65 yards to go.
4:17 here left.
I don't know. I
in the
had
ball
Chris
game.
Lucky for math, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think that's the math. Like 65 yards.
I don't know if it's not in the form of percentiles of 20-sided die or a 6-sided or 12-sided. I'm completely lost.
I'm a huge D&D guy, so I know exactly what you are talking about right now. Okay, so we've got twins to each side here. Quarterback rolling to the left. He's going to keep it himself. He's up. Oh, nice little shimmy shake right there, and he's at to about the 38-yard line, about 3-yard gain for Winters right there.
And see, and this is the opposite of that same levels play that they've been running before, where you're trying to get that coverage guy to suck up to attack the quarterback. When he's like, not doing that, quarterback had to step up, and he still made a gain, like still a positive gain, but much less than that dump off would have been.
I'll tell you, I've never been a fan of layered stuff because when you run a double wing and you roll out and everybody's 3 yards apart from each other, one guy's out of position, he's actually right there for an interception. All right, so here we go. We've got a sack in the backfield there. The quarterback takes it. He's looking down the field, wants to throw it, and number 44, Santos, right there in on the sack, and that's going to take him back. And, Jake, we got a replay right here.
Yeah, so let's see here. So here's the snap. So we have the motion, of course, coming from the left to the right. Fakes the handoff, stepping up in the pocket. He's got a couple people deep, but that pocket just collapses, and some interior linemen were able to come in and make a real nice, clean, good sack there for the Buffaloes.
Shout out to the Buffaloes. Shout out on the penetration. Gave the defensive line. Yeah. I'm going to call that a coverage sack because or maybe the quarterback can't pick it up, but he's standing back there and he's looking for someone and he's got time. You saw that play right there. That is plenty of time to deliver a ball and get positive yards. But it looks like he's not seeing anything. Nobody's open. So we got to give a shout out to the secondary and the linebackers in coverage here.
To me, what I think happened there was he was looking for something. Then he tried to step up into the pocket, and I don't know if he heard footsteps or if he felt something coming up. But once his eyes went down, they never came back up. Right?
Yes.
And we've seen McPartland do a similar thing where like his eyes go down, he's looking there, but as soon as he steps up and he feels like he can make a solid connection, those eyes come right back up.
Yep.
So I think it's a difference in composure.
Absolutely,
at that point.
Jake, good call. Hey, it's Friday night, prime rib at Melon Face tonight. You know where I'm going straight after the game. Jalapeno poppers sound so good tonight for me for some reason, Jake, but I can't turn down Mel's prime rib. That's the best, most consistent prime rib in the county. 223-0853. Go get your prime rib special at Mel's tonight.
3:11 left in the ball game here.
We got twins to each side. Oh, somebody jumped there. Oh, there's movement on the line, but nothing called. It's snap to the quarterback directly in the backfield. He throws deep down the field, and it is broken up by the Buffaloes. But I'll tell you what, Jake, that's a new quarterback in there, I believe.
Let's see here. Yeah, that is a new quarterback.
So don't know if there was an injury to the quarterback or if this gentleman's got a stronger arm. But he dropped back, wants to throw it deep down the field, and just kind of underthrew his man. But, guys, there was one Amador Buffalo, as you see in the replay, one trailing him, one out in front of him. Honestly, anywhere else that ball probably would have been picked. A little shorter would have been picked. A little bit too far would have been picked. So it wasn't like it was a great throw, but based on the coverage he was thrown to, it's the only place he
That
probably
was
could
the
have put it
only
without being picked.
Exactly. That was the only spot it could have possibly gone to.
Kind of lucked out, I guess you would say, on that one. Okay, so we've got, is that trips to one side? Yeah, one-man split to the right. We have motion from the left over to the wide side of the field, handed off. He sweeps around the edge and gets up to about the 42-yard line.
And I think
But
that
was,
if I'm reading the box,
guys, I thought that was third down. I was wrong. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was fourth down right there. And Amador stops him on fourth down. So that, guys, is huge. Amador can put the nail in the coffin on this drive right here. Now, we've got timeouts available to use. I believe each team has a timeout left.
Yeah.
But 2 minutes and 54 seconds, counting down. I think one first down puts this ball game away for the Buffaloes. And what a great job if they do hold on to win this game. There's been adversity here tonight. There's been penalties. There's been interceptions, pick six. Stayed in this game. There's times when both teams could have got discouraged, and both teams have stayed in here and fought hard. But Amador's really tightened stuff up here in the fourth quarter, and should be very proud if they can keep this lead and take this victory. But still plenty of time left. 2:24. We're about the 42-yard line here.
And looks like Amador is going to take that timeout. I think they were a little bit slow on that play clock. We have, of course, the back judge who is counting off there. But I think the quarterback got I think he was miscounting a little bit there, and the coach had to call a timeout to avoid a delay of game.
Perfect. And usually we'd send it back on a commercial, but we're so close to the end of the game here. Let's just keep it here.
You know, one thing I'm thinking about here. So for Winters, okay, obviously that was a devastating loss. You are devastating. Failed conversion. You were, one maybe a little less than a yard away from the conversion, and you just failed that. So here's the thing you got to do. You got to make sure that when you're on defense, you are not out of this still. You still have agency in this game, and so you can't get sloppy. You can't get down on yourself. You can't get dogged. You have to do that. And Amador has to not take this drive off.
Yes. I'm keeping the ball on the ground if I'm Amador. I assume they will.
Yeah.
And we have a motion from the right across the front of the quarterback. Hands off, sweeps out to the left side of the field, and is taken out of bounds just shy of the 40. Maybe a gain of a yard here. That'll bring up second down for the Buffaloes. The Buffaloes are in the lead 23-20, coming down to approaching 2 minutes left here in the ball game. And Winters doesn't look like they're trying to stop the clock at all. They do have a timeout left.
And
maybe hoping they get the ball.
looks like they just did.
There they go. So timeout. So let's send it back, Jim, to you on this one, hear from our sponsors, and then we'll wrap it up here at Amador High School.
For all your land surveying and civil engineering services, call Toma & Associates at 223-0156. Whether you're building a fence and need to know where the property line is to complete boundary surveys, Toma & Associates can help. Lot surveys, boundary line adjustments, parcel and subdivision maps, FEMA certificates, septic and grading plans, among the many services Toma & Associates provides. Call 223-0156, serving the Mother Lode since 1967.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here at Amador High School. Scoreboard 23-20 in favor of Amador. 2 minutes. That's right, 2:00 minutes left in this ball game. Amador is in possession, and we're here.
And they've brought this in tight. Looks like Amador's just going to – oh, quarterback keeps the ball. Looks like he wanted to hand the ball off, if I saw that correctly, but then just takes it himself for about 3 or 4 yards. Basically not quite victory formation, but pretty much, huh, Jake?
Yeah. I mean, they still
can't stop the clock at this point.
Yeah, they can't stop the clock at this point, but they still need to get that first down.
So it's third down now and about 6 yards, it looks like. Maybe 5 yards here, third down and about 5. In Amador, I assume it's going to be a close call if they punt or not if they don't get this, because there's still a long field to go and not a lot of time. But, even on a punt, maybe you get an extra 10 yards or so. But, hey, hopefully they convert right here. So under center right here, old school wing T here for Amador. This looks like Amador of about 15 years ago. Ooh, we got movement on the line. That's going to be a false start.
Well, that was a blown call right there. The
defense hit him?
defensive end was 3 yards in the backfield, and then he jumped back onside, and the tackle reacted. That's a blown call.
So there's only 1 minute and 7 seconds left here, guys. So it's going to take almost a miracle here for Winters if Amador cannot convert. But that is a pretty big play if they're marching that backwards.
Let's see here. Yeah, no, they're marching it back. Yeah.
So if Amador gets a first down, it definitely ends the ball game. But that's going to make it a little harder as it's now 3rd down and 11. But again, they cannot stop the clock. Winters cannot stop the clock unless they have an injury, which even at this point they would run time.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We have motion and just a direct handoff up the middle. 44, Eric Santos takes it. And he gets some positive yards there. He takes it past the 40 up to about the 42, a gain of about 5 yards or so. So that's going to bring up 4th down and about 6, it looks like here, 5 to 6 yards. And I believe Amador is going to punt the ball.
Yeah, so I would
Not a bad call.
I would eat down as much clock as humanly possible. We got about 43 seconds and counting left in the ball game. Chew up as much as you can back there in the backfield. I mean, even if you get a chance, I mean, I don't know how active or how good the punter is.
The quarterback's back as the punter right now, McPartland. I wouldn't be surprised if McPartland keeps this and runs it off to the left just to take time off the clock.
Yeah, I'm thinking he might do that too. But you want to make sure that this ball stays inbound.
But he's also very deep to do that, Jake.
Yeah.
He's giving up almost 12 yards here. So if that was the case, maybe he'd be closer up. Maybe this is a punt.
Yeah, so they're taking a delay of game penalty.
Okay, so I think he's going to punt it then. If he took the delay of game, that means he must have a foot, and they don't want to put it in the end zone and bring it to the 20. So maybe they think this is going to give him the right distance to nail this ball deep. But there's only 11 seconds left, guys. Yeah. So no matter what here, they're only going to have one play. And if you get a punt with some good hang time, it bounces around a couple times. This ball game may be over on this play. We don't know.
We'll see. It is definitely something, and Winters is sending everybody here.
And McPartland kicks it. It's got some decent hang time. Goes down to the 20, takes a bounce out of bounds, and that's going to take the clock to 3.4 seconds. So we've got one play left here in this ball game for Winters, and barring a miracle, looks like Amador may escape. I'm not going to say Amador put it to Winters here, but I'll say escapes with a victory as long as nothing happens here in this next 3.4 seconds. We'll talk about it. We won't have as long of a post-game show here with the JV action as we usually do with the varsity. But we'll talk about this game here for Amador. There's definitely some bright spots, a lot of mistakes that they would like to have seen cleaned up. But the talent is there, and if they can clean up some of these mistakes, some of these penalties, the pick six, a couple of these plays, this team's got a lot of promise, and I think there's a lot of talent out here on this field for the Amador Buffaloes. I would be very happy if I was a coach, player, parent over here at Amador Buffaloes. The state of the program very strong. And I'm telling you what, guys, I know there's a lot of people going to be mad at me for saying this, but I can't wait to see what happens when you put Amador and Argonaut together.
Yeah.
And that's one team. You take the best of both of those teams. I think they're going to do some serious damage, and I think teams like Union Mine and those other teams that had their way with both of Amador and Argonaut this season, they're going to be in for a rude awakening when those two schools come together. I mean, I know you probably said it, Jake, but I always thought this. Could you imagine if when I played this guy and that guy, we all were on the same team, we would have ran through everybody else?
Well, it's kind of funny. When we were going, when I was in school, we had we would play like fantasy football with each other, essentially.
Yeah.
We would be like, oh, hey, what if so-and-so came here, and what if we went here, and with that. And it was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and so I think that's going to be kind of getting to live out that sort of like.
When I was in high school, I played quarterback, and I'll tell you what, if we could have had Coach Kantak on our line over at Argonaut with Jared Crane, we could have taken Brazil, guys who are listening, they know who they're and every group can talk about this and can see this. Those would have been some dynamic ball teams.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Huge shout-out to Coach Kantak with a couple big victories over here for the Amador varsity team. 96 points in the first two games. Ran into Union Mine, who was very well prepared. As Frank was saying, they've been watching some video on Amador. But I think Amador is going to have a very good team, good season this year. The varsity program, as we said, very strong. The state of the program over here at Amador at this time. And really like to see Coach Kantak, as Matt's a great dude. So it's really good to see him get those two victories to start this season off. And tell you what, Amador, Argonaut. Unfortunately, folks, I'm going to root for him. Can't really do it on the mic, but I'm rooting for Amador and Argonaut, of course. And always like to see Calaveras do well. But Somerville, Sonora, I don't care.
I have in-laws with Somerville, so I have to stay impartial in that particular regard.
To Jake's in-laws, he said, "Boo Somerville," and it's a deep pass down the left side of the field, last play of the ball game, and almost caught right there by number 8 of Winters, and that's going to be an incomplete pass, folks. We thought there may be a penalty, but no, it is incomplete, and that's going to wrap up the ball game. And I'll tell you what, these Amador Buffaloes on the field, they're celebrating, and they deserve to do so, guys. As we said, these are two fairly evenly matched ball teams talent-wise. But who is going to hold on longer? Who is going to be more disciplined, make less mistakes? That was the Amador Buffaloes, and they come out of here with a victory, 23-0. So we will be back with a look at our post-game, or a quick post-game recap, brought to us, as always, by Mark Twain Medical Center.
Big Valley Ford Lincoln, your regional commercial van and truck headquarters, is proud to sponsor Motherlode League High School football. The expert sales team will help you get behind the wheel of the car or truck that's right for you. And their service department will keep that vehicle running at peak performance. Visit the team at Big Valley Ford Lincoln, your full-service dealership, on the web at bigvalleyford.com and located in the Stockton Auto Mall off Hammer Lane. Jackson Tire, located on Highway 49 in Jackson and Highway 88 in Pine Grove, is the place to go for your vehicle. Whether you need new tires or any auto service, Jackson Tire is a dealer you need to know. Visit them at jacksontire.net. That's Jackson Tire. A longtime supporter of youth activities in Amador County, the folks at Camps Propane hope you enjoyed tonight's high school football action on Hometown Radio. Visit Camp's showroom on Highway 88 in Pioneer. Ask about the Easy Saver program and senior discounts available. And you'll never run out of gas again with Camp's Smart System Tank Monitoring program. They also carry a complete line of RV supplies, gas refrigerators, and barbecues. For more information, visit Camps Propane in Pioneer or their website at campspropane.com. Remember when going for a walk around the block was easy and pain-free? Future you is ready to feel like that again. Mark Twain Medical Center's orthopedic experts are with you throughout the process, from first consultation to your last physical therapy session, so you can get back to living without joint pain, and future you can wander far and wide. Visit marktwainmedicalcenter.org/orthopedics. Mark Twain Medical Center. Hello, human kindness. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com. And very quickly, in a Mountain Merchant High School football update, it is the fourth quarter at Ripon 7. Calaveras Redhawks yet to get on the scoreboard. Let's check in with Jake and JD.
All right, welcome back.
And Carter.
Welcome back to Amador High School. Yes, and Carter. We don't want to forget Carter.
Hey, let Carter say something, Jake, just so he's not the Wizard of Oz back here behind him.
So Carter, what would you like to say to all your adoring fans? Go ahead.
Look, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Great.
Just so you know he's real.
Yeah.
Just
well, okay. I love this. I tell him, hey, Carter, what do you want to say to everybody there? And he just goes, and like puts his thumbs up, and it's like, buddy, they can't see it. It's on the radio.
But here's the thing. Talk about being put on the spot. Carter's over here with his head behind the camera, and I say, hey, talk on the radio right now.
Right now.
What?
What?
Okay, sure. Yeah, not everyone grew up with going into radio stations as kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Anyway, welcome back to Amador High School. Scoreboard shows our final Amador 23, Winters 20.
Carter, say something. No, I'm just joking. Sorry,
Yeah,
Jake.
yeah. Give us your fully formed, nuanced opinion of the entire game condensed into 2 minutes. Can you do that?
I'm going to use the restroom here, Carter. Right. I'll see you later.
All right. So anyway, Amador coming away with a victory here for the JV squad, 23-20 here. There were a lot of bright spots in this game. Of course, we did have some penalties that marred some of the Some of the plays here on both sides of the ball, but I think Amador can be happy with their results when it comes to this, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so too, Jake. And as we both said, fairly evenly matched talent-wise. I think Amador might even have more talent at their skill positions. We saw a lot of penalties by Winters there on some of those sweeps, the receivers holding and everything. But as we have been saying and making very clear, those positive gains would not have been what they were without those holds. So you can't say Amador got lucky based on those penalties.
Oh, yeah,
because
no, definitely not.
Amador would have stopped those plays had it not been for those penalties.
Yeah, because the positioning was there, and that's also what kind of made them so difficult to sell on a hold there, was because they were in position. They were ready to make the tackle. They'd broken down. They were ready to accelerate through. And they get whipped around.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's at that point, it's like, yeah, buddy, I can see that. You know.
So I'm not going to go super in depth on a full recap.
Yeah, of course.
Every single play and everything. It is a JV game here, and everybody listening's been listening to this ball game. But here's how we'll break it down for you, okay? And honestly, I don't keep as good of notes as Frank, so I'm going to keep it real with you. But here's how it goes. This game started. Winters had the ball. They start with the ball. Okay. Amador kicks the ball off. And they take the ball. They don't field the ball cleanly, Winters. They think it's going to go out the back of the end zone. So he doesn't get on it. And then, oh, no, I've got to get the ball here. And so Amador gets down there in coverage, and I believe it was down inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, about the
3-yard
line, yeah.
And then on the first play, it's a bad snap and takes it back to about the goal line. Second play, they try to run a play, 2-yard loss. Amador starts this game with the defensive safety. So great news there. And then on the punt, that's how it works. After a safety, the team who gets the safety and the 2 points will then receive. So that is on a punt, not a kick. So they punt the ball to Amador. Amador doesn't field that cleanly and gives the ball back to Winters. So Winters now has the ball. So Amador actually now is up 2-0, but Winters on a beautiful deep pass on a slant pattern, not a quick slant, but a deeper slant. It was about a 10-yard and slant in from the right side of the field towards the middle. Beautiful pass, and to the house, a breakdown in communication by Amador's defense. Now, Amador gets on the board on an offensively on the board on an absolutely beautiful play. There were 2 passes tonight by McPartland that were beautiful, that could have been varsity plays that we would not have even questions. Oh, that looked like JV. The execution was amazing. And one of those plays was a scoring touchdown pass from McPartland to Fillmore, Jake, and that was our call of the game.
Yeah, so let's hear that real quick.
Slot and split to each side. Quarterback takes it. He's in the pocket. He's looking for a wide. He's passing deep down the sideline. He's wide open. Number 4 to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Jake, that there will be our call of the game on the deep pass from quarterback John McPartland of the Amador Buffaloes down the sideline to number 4, Dominic Fillmore. And that looked easy for the Buffaloes. And he had plenty on that ball. It was just a basically, he was streaking down the right side of the field there, and McPartland puts that ball up, and he just ran right under it. That looked like varsity action right there.
And again, I want to talk about the game. That was just a beautifully delivered ball. Fillmore caught it right in stride, and just great pitch and catch.
So, Jake, you always know it's a great throw when you see the guy does not take anything off, the receiver.
Yeah.
Perfectly in stride, doesn't slow down, doesn't speed up, doesn't have to high point to the ball, anything, just puts his hands out. It's there.
Right
I thought I was watching Joe Montana and Jerry Rice dressed in blue for a second. But, all joking aside, it was absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So that's how Amador got on the board offensively. And then from that point, Amador has shut down Winters. But Amador then gets 2 touchdowns on quarterback sneaks. Now, Winters did get into the end zone again, but Amador showed that when it came crunch time, that they did everything that they needed to do. And based, Jake, on those 2 touchdowns, I'm going to have to say, as you and I talk, I think McPartland, based on he had 2 touchdowns on the ground with the quarterback sneak, and he had the one beautifully thrown ball touchdown. Had some nice composure. Unfortunately, there was a pick 6, but we did call out one play perfectly thrown down the left sideline over the shoulder. Perfectly thrown ball. McPartland showed the composure to be a starting quarterback at the varsity level at some point for these Amador Buffaloes. Jake and I were both impressed, but we also wanted to call out number 44, Santos, Evan Santos of the Amador Buffaloes, who on the Amador's last touchdown, he was an integral part of that, took a nice long about 35-yard run down to about the 5-yard line, which led to that final score for the Buffaloes, which put them into the lead. We called his name a lot. Nice penetration on defense. And so I want to say we're going to make McPartland and Santos are players of the game, but I also want to call out Fillmore. Fillmore had some nice action on defense, great receiver there on offense, and that's a talented young athlete as well. But sorry, folks, didn't break down every single play, all the action, but that's basically how it went down. So started with a safety, then Winters gets on the board. Amador then gets on the board. Winter scores again. Amador 2 unanswered touchdowns on quarterback sneaks, and that's basically how this game ended where it did. So Amador is victorious 23-20. That's going to bring the Buffaloes to 2-1, and that's going to set Winters back to 2-1 as they came into this game at 2-0. So a huge shout out to the coaching staff, everybody here at Amador High School. Just a class act as always for us, but I'll say the best part of tonight was that national anthem, man. I'll tell you what, you want to get a national anthem, you come to Amador High School.
My record is unbroken.
Yeah, there you go.
So I have a perfect record. Every time I've sung for a football game, my team has won. So maybe I'm just superstitious, but there's something about it. I think.
Hey, I'll go with that. I would take it. But anyways, guys, we thank you for joining us here. I know a lot of folks follow Motherlode League football action, whether you have kids involved, family, or you're part of the program or closely related. Some people just like to listen to high school football on a Friday night, and we couldn't bring you the varsity game today. That was due to COVID. They're at Esparto. They couldn't make it here to Amador, had to cancel. But we're very happy to get and call out some of these JV football names, get them out on the radio, and give a little credit to these young student athletes. And they did a great job here tonight. I was very impressed. Very impressed. Like I said, Winters they weren't slouches out there.
No.
Not an easy team, and Amador did everything that they needed to do. And sometimes we talk about mistakes and other things that are happening by the other team, but that means you have to keep your composure, your discipline, and do your job. And Amador, if Bill Belichick was here, he'd say, guys, you did your job. If everyone does their job, we're coming out with a victory, and that's what happened tonight for the Buffaloes. But I really like the blue field, and I'm stoked on this. I'm so sad. When the school goes consolidated, I'm putting in that we need to have a colored field, whatever these colors end up.
All right. Well, thanks for that. All right. So thank you all for joining us here at Amador High School. For J.D. Geedy, I'm Jake Geedy and Carter Bashir. Thank you. And, of course, Jim back at the studio. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you back here next week for some more Friday night high school football action on KVGC Radio, AM 1340, 96.5 FM, the voice of the Gold Country. Stay tuned, everybody. Take care.
And thank you very much, Jake. Yes, we will be back.